What we do here is go back.
Hello there, everyone. How the devil are we all? I'm very well. Thank you for asking. You saw the pig intro. You know what time it is. I'm Kevin Logan, the John Wilkes Booth of Twitch. And joining me as ever, it's the Lee Harvey Oswald of Academia.
I was wondering.
It's Dr. Christy Winters.
I was going to get Sirhan, or I was going to get, well, they always have to have a middle name, the assassins. I don't know why he's not just our own, like, Lee Oswald. He has to be Lee Harvey Oswald, but
true.
That's how it goes. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, first, legitimately, how are you? I know that you're alive. We figured that out because you started the stream. But beyond that, you've been sleeping okay? Eating well?
That's very personal, Christy. I don't feel like I need to fucking explain myself to you. The fuck am I to? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah, good.
I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Anyway, how?
So I'm on this fitness thing, and I was trying to explain to you why I'm a little bit tired this week. So when I'm doing my strength training, right, I'm on this program which is based in progressive overload. The idea being that you start like 3 weeks out. Let's say from your I started out 3 weeks out from my goal of when I wanted to go to failure on every set. And for me, when I get to a weight, I do let's say I'm doing 44 kilograms on my legs, because that's what I'm doing right now for my leg presses. And the idea is that I will do a set until I can't keep my technique up anymore. Like I can't either complete it, I can't do full range of motion, or, my legs give out. Basically, you can't complete the full movement.
That doesn't seem healthy.
Right. Well, you only do that. So the idea is you don't do that every single time. Right. So 3 weeks out, you go 3 reps away from failure. Second week, you go 2 reps away from failure. First week, 1 week away. Third week, you go 1 rep away from failure. And then in the last week, you take every set of every exercise to failure. And then you're exhausted. So then you do what's called a deload week. Whereas you go in the gym and you kind of like half pump stuff. So you don't take a full week off, but you give your body a chance to really recover from the fatigue and the stress, and also to give your muscles plenty of time to like rest and grow and put nutrients in your body. And then you start 3 weeks out, or 3 reps away from failure, 2, or in this case, I'm going to do a 4-week cycle. So I'm going to do 2, 1, 0, and then a deload week. So I was at the gym on whatever day it was, because work has been really stressful. And so I'm really finding like going to the gym and just pushing on heavy things and really focusing on my technique and my breathing and making sure I'm using the right muscles and I'm not using other parts of my body like my back muscles or something to help. I'm really focusing on the muscles that I want to strengthen. It just really clears my mind.
What you need to use is your neck, your back,
yes, exactly,
your pussy, and your crack.
for my leg, presses.
Yes.
And this was the first time I'd actually pushed myself to failure, because it was the first cycle that I've done. And what I realized is I was not pushing myself for the first 3 weeks. So I started out 3 reps away from failure at like 35 kilograms, and I was doing like up to 30, and this is ridiculous. So I just bumped it up to 44, and I could still do over 20 sets. I really was not pushing myself to my limits, but this time I did.
Is anyone else really, really bored of Christy right now?
Well, yeah, of course. So I was in there, I was grunting away. Like I was doing the classic to get those, last couple reps out.
Now, what you've got to do is you've got to sound like a women's tennis player.
Like, ugh.
Oh!
Ugh.
Oh!
I understand where that grunt comes from now. It comes from a very deep place where you're pushing your body.
Yeah. Don't fucking boo me. It was a joke, dickhead.
I've become a gym nerd. And then I leave the gym. Oh, like I literally, like after my last exercise, my legs were so wobbly and my arms were shaking and I had to like rest to sit on the stuff.
All I'm going to say is, sounds like all the ladies I've been with. Hey-oh.
Yeah, my heart rate was like 147, 155 beats per minute, that sort of range. And then I come home and I just craved meat and protein. Like I had like 4 egg whites and an egg today. I ate 300 grams of chicken.
Talking of fucking craving meat, I honestly, I was thinking back to the thing you said, and I just started laughing. About 6 or 7 hours after yesterday's show, we did it. If you're on the channel, you already know because I'll broadcast it. But we were on with not Ben. What's his fucking name again?
Peter. No, it's Rob.
Rob, Tom, Peter, James, Arthur, Stephanie.
What did she think your name was?
Tom.
Yeah, she
called me
thought you were Tom. It was hilarious.
She called me Tom.
I would call you Tom.
Anyway, yeah, Christy at one point just went, he loves cock.
Yeah, well, you do.
It's not the point. Well, yeah, but like, what's that about? We were in polite company.
Were we? Oh, okay.
Yeah, relatively,
I'm sorry, I kind of forget when I'm with you that there is such a thing as polite company.
To be fair, I was doing repeated jokes about presidential assassinations.
Yes.
Which I hadn't planned on doing, but if you're going to talk about getting rid of a sitting president...
The jokes or the assassinations?
Well, no comment. I plead the fifth on that one. Just saying. I was nowhere near that book depository. Leave me alone. Although I was sitting on a grassy knoll. We won't go into it. Yes, Christy. You know, we've talked in the past about RFK. The most recent one. Yeah, the one from this century or the one from the last century? The one from, well, technically both, because he was born very much in the middle of the last century.
He's quite old, but yeah.
But RFK Jr., to be precise, who is technically running for president in the same way that most Americans can run for president.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, Chen can't. We've been through this. Anyway, whether rightly or wrongly, I think it's a lot of bollocks, but whatever, that's the Constitution for you. Not the entirety of it, just that bit with the
naturalized
foreigners,
natural born citizen. That was it.
Always felt a little bit annoyed with that when we had a fucking floppy-haired twat from America as our prime minister. Always felt a little bit galling. The other way round, we couldn't have it.
Yeah, you should have that clause.
Well, we'd have to have a fucking constitution first.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We don't, so...
Yeah,
and to anyone who says, no, you've got an unwritten constitution, if it's unwritten, it doesn't really fucking exist then, does it?
There's
technically, I've got a best-selling book in my head.
There's no such thing as an unwritten constitution. That just means it's a collection of laws.
Yeah, it's a patchwork of laws, like a fucking medieval
and customs. Some of it's not even laws. It's just what's the done thing.
Yeah, it's just people just we'll sort it out. We'll fudge our way through. Anyway, RFK.
Yeah,
we've talked about RFK and what his cognitive situation is. I'm trying to
and also in his smoker's voice.
I'm trying to be delicate here. But his cognitive level is not amazing. We've also, on occasion, I think, used the term brainworms.
He's not he's not an evidence-based kind of guy.
Except, rarely is the use of that phrase more apposite than in this individual instance. Because it turns out that RFK had a worm in his brain that ate part of his brain and then died and was removed by a doctor.
Oh, right, yeah. It died of starvation, right?
Hey!
That was the joke I saw.
Yeah, well, no, it just died. Yeah. No, he literally had a brain worm. Literally. Not metaphorically, not me insulting him.
No.
He actually had brain worms.
Ah, and then died.
And then
The
it
worm was part
died.
of his brain and then it died.
It died. Lack of nutrition between his fucking ears, mate. Nothing to feast on. It wasted away. Amazing. Genius. It's like if I was to write something so stupid that it couldn't be real, it'd be some dumb shit like this. Something that like is at least possible but definitely isn't real.
It does feel like an Onion headline, doesn't it?
It does, but I assure you, this is a real. I mean, Sky News is shit, but it is a news source.
Well, and he is the source.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. Well, the doctor would have been breaking HIPAA laws, but this is his own private medical information, which he has offered up for free.
Did he say what kind of worm it was?
Dead.
A dead worm?
A dead one?
What do you do in
Stop
this
it.
situation? Like, is
Get
it
some
more
help.
dangerous to let the worm rot in the brain, or is it more dangerous to like drill a hole in it and pull it out? I assume it was letting it rot would be worse.
No, you just need to put one of Elon Musk's brain chips in there. It'd be fine.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Honda.
So yeah, I mean, actual brainworms.
Literal brainworms.
Yeah.
Thank you to Big Zebra for resubscribing with Prime, and thank you Dolphin Floyd for resubscribing. We're on a hype train. If we get to level 2 of the hype train, I will finger RFK's dead brainworm. I'll do it.
The parasite's not dead; it's rusting.
It's pining for the fjords, Krista. Pining for the fjords!
Oh my gosh.
Anyway. It was alive when it came here. It was alive when it went in. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, yes, so bits and subs and all of that. And if you're on YouTube, you can become a member and do super chats because I get money from YouTube now, which is fucking dope.
Now you can see Kevin on 2 different channels.
You
at the same
can
time.
indeed.
It's very exciting.
Stop stealing my jokes. No! Vogel, if you've typed funny jokes in, I'm going to steal them because I've got a microphone and you haven't, dickhead. Anyway. Anyway, so that's dumb shit from America. Should we do some dumb shit from Britain?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
let's spread it around a little bit. We shouldn't be hogs, we Americans.
Indeed. So, this, I'm going to say human, because I think they are technically human, is called Natalie Alphick. She crossed the floor today. That is a stiff dick of poop. She did indeed. She crossed the floor. She was, up until today, the Conservative Member of Parliament for Dover. Yes, that Dover. The one with the ferries and that.
The White Cliffs.
Yeah, indeed. The one that former Brexit Minister Dominic Raab wasn't sure was really that important to Britain. What, just one of the busiest ports in all of the world. You know, one of the financial hubs of the entire country. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, she was the Conservative Member of Parliament for that area. And we'll get into the backstory of how that happened in a second. Anyway, she crossed the floor just before Prime Minister's questions, i.e., she joined the Labour Party. She not abdicated.
Defected.
She defected.
Like a Soviet, like political, a refugee from the 1980s.
Indeed, she defected, and Rashid Sunak defecated in fear because all of his backbenchers are like literally rats sinking the ship at this point.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous because she won't be the candidate because they've already chosen a candidate. The Labour Party already have a candidate in Dover, and she's now come out and said she will back that candidate. So she's just saying, I am going to lose my job, but fuck you, Rishi Sunak.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah. Wow, that is some 4D chess.
That is incredible. Incredible. Now,
That
before
really
you think to
is.
yourself, well, that's sort of good, I guess. Let's look into the person, shall we? Mm-hmm. It turns out they are a Tory MP.
Message to be written at a later date.
Cunts. Just saying. Natalie Alphick. Now, seasoned British viewers may be aware that Alphick is not her birth name. Alphick
Is it her married
is
name?
her married name. She
Okay.
was married to former Conservative minister, albeit junior minister, what was his name? Charlie Elphick, who was the previous Conservative Member of Parliament for Dover.
All right, so basically he won, then he did something, she took a seat.
Yes.
Got a seat. Okay.
What did he do, though, Christy? What was his particular...
Was he a sexual predator or corrupt?
Of course he was a sexual predator. So Tory MP.
Yeah,
he was
exactly.
convicted in 2020 of 2 sexual assaults and
my God.
and given 2 years in prison.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking at all.
And then they elected his wife, Dover.
They elected
What's
his wife.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
Dover.
And this is a recurring pattern because, of course, Mr. Peter Bone, another sexual abuser on the Tory backbenches, when he was eventually ousted for his sex crimes, his partner became the Conservative candidate in that seat, who then lost.
Unbelievable.
So there's that. Anyway, just a brief aside. You're thinking to yourself, okay, her husband committed sexual assault. She didn't commit sexual assault. So maybe she's better. Maybe she's a better person than that, right? Turns out really not so much at all. She was censured by the Standards Committee of the House of Commons for trying to have undue influence over the judges in her husband's case. She and 4 other Conservative members of Parliament, not illegally, because it technically wasn't a crime, but unparliamentarianly, untowardedly, wrote to the judge in that case, asking, firstly, that they not reveal the witness statements that have been given by other people, which is a usual practice in these court cases, and secondly, then for writing to the judge who was part of the appeal. He went to the court on appeal and tried to get the 2-year prison sentence suspended. I.e., it's hanging over you if you commit another crime, but if you don't, then it gets wiped out. Thankfully, that didn't happen. He has now served his prison sentence, although it should have been a lot longer. And she wrote trying to unduly influence the judge in that case as well. She has also come out and taunted his victims by saying that he shouldn't have been punished for being attractive to them.
Can I just say, what a cunt.
What a prick.
Yep.
Anyway, she's been welcomed in by the Labour Party, which is why I did the joke meme at the start about Benjamin Netanyahu being welcomed in as the human
that's
rights
what that was
advisor.
about. Okay, yeah.
And it's been quite the meme fest, with people suggesting other examples, like Vlad the Impaler has been welcomed in by the Labour Party, etc., etc. The ghost of Oswald Mosley has been accepted into the Labour Party. You get the joke.
Yeah.
So if you thought that the weird sex crime acceptance / culture within Westminster had any chance of changing under the next Labour government, I wouldn't hold your breath.
Yeah. Seems not.
Yeah. Yes, and Vogel, I was also surprised when a Tory went to prison for their crimes. Rarely is that the case, but in this instance, 'twas. Anyway, I'll keep you up to date with all of that. It's been, it's been a hell of a day in British politics. Anyway, okay. I did want to look at this. A mutual friend of ours put out a video of, I think, mutual interest to both yourself and myself.
All right. Is this Steve?
It is Mr. Steve.
Yeah,
Shigeff.
I saw this and I meant to watch it and I haven't had a chance yet. So I'm really glad that you are bringing this up.
Awesome sauce. Awesome. Thank you, Cupcake Chaos with bits, and thank you, Aerosol or David North London with bits. Thank you, everyone, for getting me to the hype train. I've got to go and finger a dead worm.
Choo, choo, choo.
Boom. You made a meme, 255. What's this? That is weird. Thank you. It's a call. You react quickly. God damn it, 255. I did that joke only a couple of minutes ago. And yet, here we are. There you go. It says, "Don't worry, Mr. Logan. I'll remove that best-selling novel as soon as possible." Presumably, therefore, you think it's a tumour rather than a book. But okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Nice.
Thank you. So, are we aware, Christy, of the man versus bear discourse?
Vaguely, only because one of my friends brought it up in conversation, and then we had a whole, should we say, conversation about man versus bear.
Well, Steve explains it as well, but basically the concept is a kind of hypothetical, a discussion of a hypothetical based around the concept of the dangers that men pose to women, basically. But Steve explains that anyway, so I'll let him do so. And then he brings up another a blast from the past, which I had not thought about, which I think puts it into a nice piece of context. But anyway,
Okay. Yeah,
so-
let's give our friend a listen.
yes, everyone go. By the way, everyone go and follow Steve Shives. Obviously.
Absolutely.
Man or bear? The question that is sweeping the internet as I'm writing this and will probably be all but forgotten by the time I post this, but hey, let me take a shot anyway. In the unlikely event that you don't know what I mean by man or bear discourse, it's basically...
By the way, Christy, as you are a lady person and you are here,
Yeah.
man or bear?
We had I have to say I was kind of torn. Because on the one hand, in theory, you could reason with a man, right? You can have a language, common language potentially.
There's faulty logic there, but go for it.
Yeah. So in theory, one could communicate, and there are an assumed set of norms around interacting with humans. I think in most societies, so there's at least a framework there. However, you're alone in the woods with a guy who you don't know. Quite dangerous.
Yeah.
And then a different friend, when asked a very good question: what color bear? Because a black bear will behave quite differently from a brown bear.
Are we racially profiling bears now?
Well, they're not really races; they're species, aren't they? And a brown bear, I think, is much more docile than a black bear. So it would also depend, I guess, on the bear.
Are you saying that black bears are predators, Christy? Because honestly, I'm picking up some bad vibes right now.
Yes. Yeah, just based on their history. So.
Indeed. Also, the way I look at it, how many women have ever actually been threatened by a bear? Yeah, but you've never fucking seen a bear.
Well, I mean, it has been a long time since, we've lived close enough to bears where it's a regular thing.
Well, that's my point. The bear isn't a threat. I've never known any threat from a bear.
Yeah, I mean, but unfortunately, you can't just climb a tree and get away from a bear because they can fucking climb trees too. So it is an apex predator in some, So.
Have you seen Tory backbenchers? They're also predators.
Yes. What I'm saying is it requires some thought, and that says something.
Yeah, that alone, the fact that it isn't like a straightforward, I'll choose a member of my own species, is telling and a little worrying.
Yeah.
This. A TikToker, Screenshot HQ, posted a video featuring women who were asked this question. Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear? Of the 8 women shown in the video, 7 chose the bear. The video went viral and sparked a larger conversation in which women shared their experiences and attempted to provide men with some insight into why so many of them would choose the bear, and men got indignant and defensive and self-righteous and provided women with a reminder of why they chose the bear.
Literally. I had to have this conversation with a couple of different people on the various social medias of men putting out images of women being torn apart by bears. Now, obviously, that's sort of the point, is that the bear is a wild animal and can potentially do you a great deal of physical injury.
Yeah.
But you choosing to interject yourself into a conversation women are having about their safety around members of their own species with violent, murderous imagery, sort of gives an indication as to why some people might choose the bear.
Making the point.
Because you're literally giving them the very reason why they would not choose you.
Can I go back to the point I made yesterday in our discussion?
Well, I love cock. What?
That is always a standing point. That's just always there in the background.
True.
No, it's about the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
The fact that rape is not in the 10 Commandments, but adultery is. And it occurred to me, that's because the men who wrote the laws wanted to rape women when they went out and invaded other villages and other territories. Plunder and rape went together.
Yeah.
When you fought an enemy, you would kidnap women and then force them to have sex with you and serve you. And so that's why marital rape, as the church never railed against marital rape. It wasn't until feminism in the 20th century that we started to criminalize marital rape. There's a reason why rape is only about damages to the father. and within the community. There's this, and that's because, again, like that predatory behavior is something that patriarchy has used to control and intimidate and terrorize and abuse women.
True, but also the Ten Commandments have got nothing to say about bears.
True. Well, I mean, maybe yes, that's very true.
Which
There's
tells
nothing bear related.
tells me everything I need to know. Frankly.
If this conversation feels familiar to you, be you man, woman, or NB, that's probably because we have some variation of it every few years. The last big one that we had was, I think, during the height of the Me Too movement in 2017, though there have been smaller, more localized versions of Me Too since then. Compared to Me Too, Man or Bear feels lighter, because it's centered around a hypothetical question, whereas Me Too was about exposing and imposing consequences for real offenses committed by and against real people. But Man or Bear isn't just for fun. That hypothetical question refers to the actual lived experiences of women. If you are a woman, chances are you've had at least one experience where a man has made you feel uncomfortable or threatened, or done something even worse. If you are a man, chances are you know a woman who has had such experiences, whether they've told you about it or not. Chances are also good, if you are a man, that intentionally or not, you have made a woman feel uncomfortable or threatened.
Christy, have I ever made you feel uncomfortable?
Well, with some of your edgy jokes, yes.
See, you joke about killing 1 or 10 presidents,
yes.
And then, oh god,
It's not a pleasant realization, but insight isn't always fun. Anyway, the Man or Bear discourse did remind me of Me Too, but it also felt familiar for another reason. I'm an atheist, and if you go back and watch some of my older videos, you'll see that I used to talk about atheism-related topics quite a lot. I was a very minor participant in the atheist movement that sprang...
Not minor, Steve. I enjoyed your work enormously. You were influential.
Yeah, I
up
agree.
in the mid-2000s as a result of the publication of popular books like The God Delusion by Richard Dawkins, God is Not Great by Christopher Hitchens, and The End of Faith by Sam Harris. Driven by interest in this so-called...
All of which have turned to some variation of religious extremism in some way. Be it a kind of masculinist nonsense,
Yes,
or
exactly.
Sam Harris and Christopher and
Dawkins.
Richard Dawkins' case, Zionism now. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine making your name railing against religious extremism, and then being like, actually, Israel's super dope.
Yeah, it's like, look, how can we get rid of religious patriarchy and just have secular patriarchy? Can we figure out a way of, like, I don't know, it really won't be compatible with, like, fundamental human rights and dignity, but if we could just maintain that male supremacist hierarchy without God, that would be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Can we have all of the unfairness and bigotry and shittiness of it, but without God? Can we do that? That'd be fucking awesome.
All the cultural supremacy.
Fucking mental.
And male supremacy.
New
Yeah.
Atheism, a community of atheists and skeptics coalesced on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. We talked about science, we argued with religious folks, and we reveled in how much smarter and more logical we thought we were. It was great. What a pack of, ironically enough, holier-than-thou assholes we were. Then...
Yes, we were. Fucking insufferable.
In June of 2017, Rebecca...
Still my favourite thing that I've ever heard, which so perfectly sums it up, the nonsense of the logic crowd, was T.J. Kirk. And I literally opened up his Descent of Banister episode with, do you like logic? Good, because we slapped it on a fucking t-shirt.
Fucking brilliant.
Genius. Absolute. I can't believe people have rehabilitated that fucking self-admitted pederast. Jesus Christ.
Watson, who created the website Skepchick and was and still is an awesome atheist skeptic.
True, by the way, go and follow Rebecca Watson. Great content. Not as regularly as I'd like. Just saying, Rebecca, if you're listening, I know you're a regular viewer. Yeah, but she's good.
YouTuber, posted a video in which she describes something that happened to her at a conference she had recently attended. She was hanging out with some others from the conference in the hotel bar. It was very late, and she announced to the group, "Hey, I'm calling it a night. I'm going to bed," and left. She got on the elevator, and this guy got on the elevator with her, and the guy said, "I'd love to talk to you more. Would you come to my room for coffee?" And at this point in her video, Rebecca says, "Word to the wise, guys, don't do that." She goes on to explain that it makes her...
We'll get back to that story. We've got an interesting story all of its own on with a meme from chat.
Oh.
It's quite something. Do you want to be left bear or right bear?
I guess I'll be left bear.
Be left bear.
I was on a holiday in Cologne and this woman crossed the road to avoid me.
Really? I hope we'd moved past that kind of anti-black bear bigotry, but I guess not. That's one hell of a story in itself. We've got bears going on holiday now.
Yeah.
It's like Aesop's fable in the 21st century.
Where did they get their passports?
I don't know. Are you saying that black people shouldn't be citizens, Chris? Black bears shouldn't be citizens, Krista. Are you saying
I'm just saying it's hard for them to
that?
fill out the forms with their claws.
Are you saying they're too stupid to even fill in forms? Krista, your
Yes.
bigotry against these bears.
Yes.
They're your fellow mammals. What's going on here? Honestly. Can we get some love for the black bears in chat, please, people? Let's go.
Her and many, many other women uncomfortable to be alone in an enclosed area with a man they don't
can't I hear
know who
anything?
is implicitly
Hello?
You should be able to.
Oh.
Hang on.
No? Go, please. Yeah, could we share?
Okay, and I'll go back 10 seconds, because...
goes on to explain that it makes her
Is that okay?
Yeah, I can hear now. Thank
Okay,
you. Yes.
cool.
and many, many other women uncomfortable to be alone in an enclosed area with a man they don't know who is implicitly propositioning them. Plus, she had been invited to that conference in the first place to talk about sexism in the atheist community, which she had done earlier that day, and she made it clear to the group at the bar that she was done for the night, she was going to her room and going to bed. So, yeah, guys, don't do that. Seems like reasonable advice to me. She doesn't accuse this guy of anything other than making her uncomfortable. She doesn't say he's a rapist or a potential rapist. She
didn't even name him. It was just a random person, right? So, or it was left as a random person, so as not to like
Nameless.
impugn the person. Like, it was such an innocuous thing, and everyone lost their fucking shit. And I thought to myself, wow, I am surrounded by cunts.
Yeah.
It was a real wake-up moment for me. I didn't realise that this community was that bad. I realised there was some racist and shit. I'd seen a bit of that going on. But I suddenly looked around at all of the people around me going, these people are freaks. I've walked into the freak bar and I didn't realise I was in the freak bar. I need to leave.
Yeah, I was like, how do you take out religion without then questioning every other thing, every bias?
Yeah, exactly.
Every supremacy that has been using religion as a crutch to maintain hierarchy.
Yeah, it surprised me because I was like, are we actually not doing the logic thing? I thought the logic thing was like an actual thing, like you try and live your life in a genuinely skeptical way, but it seems like you dickheads are just saying logic and skeptic and then still doing all of the things that you're not being logical and skeptical about.
Yeah, like you would think that if you were against religion, you would automatically like reject patriarchy and embrace feminism.
You would think so. You certainly would. It would be very odd for you to be viciously against it.
Exactly. Like, how can you... Yes, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, it just shows that people don't follow through the logical consequence of their own critiques.
Well, actually, the Amazing Atheist did follow through when he removed the banana.
Remember when he said he agrees with the goals of feminism, but he can't be a feminist?
No, Christy, I'm not glossing over that.
I didn't even hear what you said because you just dissolved into laughter halfway through. So I
said he did follow through after he removed the banana.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I missed that bit.
I'm sorry.
Call back.
Oh, God. I will never forget his tiny cock.
It's very tiny.
I will never forget it.
It's
Never.
really, really tiny.
It is. Anyway. So. What were you saying? I completely missed what you were saying.
I forgot already what I said.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, when he said I agree with the goals of feminism, but I can't be a feminist. No,
Yes.
you don't want to be accused of being a bigot, so you pretend to be in favour of the same things.
Mm-hmm.
And you're clearly not.
Doesn't rant and rave and accuse. She just describes the situation, expresses how she felt about it and why, and guys don't do that. Being calm, rational people, the atheist community received this message thoughtfully in its intended spirit and took Rebecca's words into consideration during future interactions with, I'm kidding, obviously, that's not what happened at all. This non-event at a hotel during an atheist conference was dubbed Elevator Gate.
Yep. Honestly, it changed my life. And I mean that genuinely. It did. Because I was in the kind of the smug atheist, I've got a copy of the God Delusion. I'm so smart. And then I had to take a look around me and go, all of these people are wankers. No, I'm in the wanker gang. Shit. And it's fundamentally reassess where I was going.
And it fractured the atheist community into two camps. At first, anyway. There was further splintering to come, but that's neither here nor there.
And that was just PZ Myers. Yeah, I said it. I'm calling you out, PZ. I hope you're watching. If not, much love to you. But PZ started it all.
Yes,
All
it
of
was definitely the Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Spider-Man with his evil, let's care about other human beings bit. Oh, you want to bring humanism into my Smart Boys Club? No, thank you, SJ Dubs.
The two camps were composed of people who felt what Rebecca Watson said was reasonable and inoffensive, and people who felt that she had just accused every man in the atheist movement of being a violent sex criminal who couldn't be trusted alone with a woman. Oh, wait, that's not exactly true. I'm oversimplifying. The second group also included people who felt that Rebecca Watson was complaining about nothing and deserved to be ridiculed for even sharing this story about a guy doing something that made
a woman feel uncomfortable.
It also included people who were happy that this happened and thought the guy should have gone a lot further because she deserved it and that. Saw a lot of that going on as well.
Mm-hmm.
It sickened me.
Yep.
her uncomfortable when there was so much genuine suffering going on in the world. And one of those people was Richard Dawkins, who wrote a brief response to Rebecca's video in the form of a message to a hypothetical Muslim woman. Dear Muslimah, writes Dawkins.
Now, bear in mind when you listen to Dawkins' words here and his complaint, which is broadly Western feminists shut up, this isn't a problem.
Mm-hmm.
This man had a Twitter freakout because due to anti-terrorism legislation in America, briefly there was a period where you couldn't take on liquids onto a plane. And so they had to give you like a little bottle of water and all of that, and you had to go and apply. Anyway, he had a freak out because they asked him to dispose of a bottle of what they all just considered it was a nondescript liquid. Could have been anything, whatever. The security says you have to dispose of that. It was jam. Right, he had a little pot of jam that he wanted to eat on the plane. And because of that very slight inconvenience to his otherwise luxurious international air travel lifestyle, he freaked out on Twitter for like 2 weeks, saying this was the greatest imposition since fucking Nazism and stuff.
Talk about white male privilege and fragility, huh?
What a fucking freak. But you know, this is the guy that's going to ask other people to keep shit in perspective. Okay, babe.
You know, the thing is...
Stop.
What really exposes them is when they say stuff like, look, we've given you equal rights, what more do you want?
Yeah.
Like, we've given you equal rights? I'm so... What?
Yeah. No,
Isn't
women didn't do anything to earn that.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was just, yeah. Look,
Look,
out of the
just
goodness of our
thank me.
hearts, right? We've been awesome to you. The least you could do is just be servile. Please.
Yeah, but just thank me on a daily basis for
Yeah.
acknowledging your basic humanity and not denying you legal equality, all right? And then just be happy with it.
Yeah. Also, Oh, sorry, it was honey, not jam. Apologies. I got my incorrect preserves. My bad. Anyway, you get the idea. It was a little condiment-y fucking thing. Anyway, yeah, I looked at this yesterday, and I won't show it to you because it's on Twitter, but I did see a couple of screenshots from an article about Lauren Southern, who, if you remember, was doing her trad wife thing for a bit and disappeared. It turns out.
Well, no. Then she did that long video about her marriage was a complete farce and fell apart, and her life actually as a trad wife was miserable.
Well, it gets even better. Not even better. Her life was awful, but I suppose it's good that she's learned and that maybe other people will learn from her experience. But yeah, she described being the trad wife lifestyle as the closest thing you can get to being a slave.
Of course, think about it. Trad wife just means...
We've been telling you this!
Yes!
We were all fucking saying this!
You work all day and you make no money. You live on an allowance of whatever your husband gives you. You have no economic independence. You have no time independence. And at the end of the day, you have, no pension.
And even worse, from her perspective, was obviously she's from Canada and her husband, now ex-husband, was from Australia. And he moved to the other side of the world, to Australia. So she was in a foreign land with absolutely no support network around her either. Yep.
Yeah, which we can have a whole discussion about how human social behavior, when it comes to taking women from their families and placing them with the male families, mirrors the most extreme primate communities where females have the least amount of resistance against male power because they have no natural kin relationships, and they're isolated from females that they know that allow them to counter male power.
Yeah.
And we mirror the most misogynistic form of primate social structure.
Yeah. But I sort of can't feel that sorry for her because she was literally asking for it.
Oh yeah, she was.
She's literally actively promoted that other people do this lifestyle and that this was the only thing that would save the West. She literally did a tour with Stefan Molyneux, fuck you, bitch. And secondly, it's a little bit faffo. It's a little bit fuck around, find out, you know.
Yeah, I mean, she was basically lecturing other people on how to live their lives and having no fucking clue what it actually entailed.
Oh no, the consequences of my own actions. Ah!
Imagine.
Bish. Get real. Anyway, hopefully, like I say, other people look at that and think, oh, wow, if literally the poster child for this nonsense had a really shit experience, maybe I won't do that. Hopefully. But then that'll just lead to more incels.
All right, because men are entitled to sex. This is something else that society tells us, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. You put enough good boy coins in, and fuck tokens pop out.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Brilliant, thanks.
Hypothetical Muslim woman. Dear Muslimah, writes Dawkins, stop whining, will you? Yes, I know you had your genitals mutilated with a razor blade and yawn. Don't tell me yet again I know you aren't allowed to drive a car and you can't leave the house without a male relative and your husband is allowed to beat you and you'll be stoned to death if you commit adultery. But stop whining, will you? Think of the suffering your poor American sisters have to put up with. Only this week I heard of one. She calls herself Skep Chick. And do you know what happened to her? A man in a hotel elevator invited her back to his room for coffee. I am not exaggerating.
So his argument is, we could be way worse to you. Count your fucking blessings.
Yeah, basically. Look, we've given you legal equality. Shut up and just thank me. What more do you want? Look, if I can't hit on you in a confined space where we're alone, what's the point of anything, really? How can I be free if I can't just trap women in confined spaces and proposition them?
Yeah, are we supposed to thank you for not chopping people's fucking heads off? Really? You want civilizational thanks for giving basic civil rights to humans?
Yeah, how about this? How about you shouldn't be hitting on people at professional conferences. How about that?
Or at least if you do, do it in the bar. And B, do it to someone who hasn't said, I'm tired, I'm going to bed.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know if that's a great come-on line, is it? It's not like she's trying to lead you in there. She's literally trying to go to sleep. Maybe at that point, think to yourself, you know what? I didn't shoot my shot.
You went very Yorkshire there.
Did I?
She's trying to go to sleep.
Go to sleep?
Yep.
Aye. She retired. Anyway.
He really did. He invited her back to his room for coffee. Of course, she said no, and of course he didn't lay...
And also, it's not just coffee, is it? He wanted to stick his penis into her.
Yeah.
That's what was... that. Like, it wasn't literally just coffee that was being sort of requested there. The coffee was a conduit to sex time.
...lay a finger on her, but even so... And you, Muslima, think you have misogyny to complain about. For goodness sake, grow up, or at least grow a thicker skin. I suppose if Dawkins composed a man or bear version of this, it would go something like, Dear bear attack sobrevivientes, yes, I know you are horribly clawed, mangled, and partially devoured by a humongous wild animal, but think of the suffering of your poor sisters who have had to endure the unwanted, non-violent advances of men who merely wanted the pleasure of their company. You think you have something to complain about? For goodness sake, grow up, or at least grow a thicker skin, which would assuredly have been a welcome advantage during your recent mauling.
True. That's good advice. Grow a thicker skin.
Maybe that should apply to you, Richard.
I digress. This withering rebuke from the Pope of Atheism gave every shitty man, and to be fair...
That's a solid burn. I'm just gonna soak that one in for a second.
There are quite a few shitty women in the movement permission to not only pile on Rebecca and flood her with harassment and abuse, but to do the same to everyone on her side, and to designate as enemies feminists and anyone who believed in principles of social justice and felt those principles should be applied.
Damn you, Myers! Ah!
To the atheist community. In the long run, Elevator Gate was a hugely positive thing for the atheist community. She didn't mean to, but what Rebecca Watson did for atheists by sharing her story and saying, guys, don't do that, is analogous to what the presidential candidacy of Donald Trump did for the whole United States 5 years later. It revealed everyone for who they really were. In atheist circles, as long as the topics were about science, creationism versus evolution, separation of church and state, that sort of thing, everyone mostly got along. But
yeah, I think it was positive. I think it did open a lot of eyes, my own included.
Well, it basically showed that anything, as long as it was things that white males cared about,
Yeah.
was valid discourse.
Yeah. Also, to a degree, what was so hollow about those kind of new atheist peeps was that they always talked about what they didn't believe. We don't believe in God. Okay, that's cool, but you can't really unite around a I mean, I also don't believe in the Buddha. Like, I don't care. I don't believe in pixies. I'm not going to start a fucking social movement based on that. It's what do you believe? And it turns out a lot of atheists believe some unbelievably wacky and evil shit. That being an atheist doesn't make you either smart or a good person.
No, I think if you reason your way out of belief into supernatural beings based on superstition and Bronze Age worldviews, that does show a level of independence, but it doesn't demonstrate an automatic intelligence.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Also, somebody out in YouTube chat, you like the Pixies? Where is your mind, sir? Really? That's a solid Pixies joke. You're very fucking welcome, everybody. Don't forget, I'm here all week. Tip your waiters.
As soon as the topic became how atheists behave, or what blind spots or prejudices atheists harbor that we should examine, in other words, once the skepticism was directed inward rather than outward, a lot of ugliness that had always been there was revealed and became impossible to ignore. The negative reactions to what Rebecca Watson...
And now, like, there are a very small number of people from those days that I still like. Steve Shives being one of them.
Yep.
Okay? But there really are a tiny number who were around during those days as content creators who didn't turn out to be wankers, or like Dusty Smith became a wanker and then became
Yeah.
unwankered.
Yeah, Dusty, Vadim. I haven't seen. I don't know the last
Yeah.
time I watched anything by Vadim.
No, Vadim's still
Steve-
good. Vadim's still good. He's just
Yeah, still a good guy. Yeah, still a good, person. Just that I haven't seen his content come up in my subscription feed lately. And then the friends I made, like Chrisiosity and Aslan, and the other critics. You were out there doing your Manosphere critique, which was kind of like.
Well, I did it based, at least in part, on this kind of thing. It was I realised like, oh shit, there are some fucking evil pricks around, and I'm, not necessarily friends with them, but I'm allied with them in some way, and that no, something needs to change big there. Fuck that.
By the way, can I just say, some random notice on my phone came up from Blue Sky, and I went to swipe it, but it opened it. And as I was scrolling down, I did see this post that's pretty funny from a guy. It says, quote, "The worm in my brain is dead," unquote. Then attributed to a worm controlling the brain of a presidential candidate.
True. Yeah, Dusty PZ. PZ.
Yeah.
Vadim, Steve, is there anything else I should know about? I would advise you to go and check out a guy called TMM, which stands for the Messianic Manic.
Oh yeah, God, yeah, the Messianic.
Who does?
Manic, yeah.
Who does? I mean, largely has stuck to the atheism thing.
Content.
Yeah,
Still doing it.
And he's got his own individual style. He's a Canadian guy who does responses to religious content and stuff. But with there are images where it'll flash up with the thing and then his words on the screen as well. So it's like his own individual kind of style, which I've always quite liked as well. Yeah, so go and check out TMM as well. Who is
another good one.
No, not TMM.
Also,
TMM, the Messianic Manic.
Eminem. Yeah.
Dark Matter did go a bit wanky, but does seem to have been on the right track in recent times.
Dark Matter 2020 did some pretty had some interesting takes, but also had some shitty takes from my.
He did go a bit. He went a bit wanky at one point.
On the men stuff, on the feminism stuff, he was.
Yeah, and then but he went close to the edge without ever really falling into the abyss, and has subsequently drifted away from the abyss. So
that's good to know.
I'll he's okay, no problem there really. No, not TMN, dickhead. A big zebra. I will fucking cut you in Minecraft. Merseyside skeptics are still. I don't know who they are, but I'm sure they're lovely. But yes, okay.
Said in 2011 are the same as the negative reactions to women today, saying they'd rather run into a bear than a man. It's the same defensiveness, the same self-centeredness, the same fragile male ego masquerading as pride and strength, and the same refusal to hear and acknowledge and validate another person's experience in the world. If you're a man, and most especially a cis hetero man like myself, since we're the ones who seem the most pissed off about this, as usual, if you're a man and you're upset by the man or bear thing, or by the suggestion that, maybe you shouldn't be trying to get women who don't know you to come to
Cocaine bear, true. Anyway, here's the link to TMM's channel for anyone interested.
Oh, that's nice.
your hotel room for coffee at 4 a.m. Instead of blaming women, or belittling their concerns, or vilifying feminism, or acting out your persecution complex, try this. Stop. Try to imagine yourself in another person's shoes. Try to imagine how you would feel as a typical woman alone in the woods, or in an elevator with a man you'd never met before, whose intentions you didn't know. Ask yourself why so many women...
Well, this is the thing, as a lot of people have pointed out, and it's hypothetical, because I think in an actual situation, I don't think you would choose an actual bear. It's not that women are insane, it's that a bear hasn't ever called you a lesbian because you turn them down. They didn't physically attack you.
Yeah, you have to remember,
sexually assaulted you.
If you were a heterosexual cis male, you've never been a witness to or seen that whole victim blaming of, well, why were you out so late? Why were you drinking? Why did you walk home down that street? Why didn't you carry a gun on you? Why didn't all of these things that we're supposed to do, right? Because if we are victimized, either in a bar because our drink was spiked, or by a family member, or even in our own relationships, why didn't you leave him sooner? Why didn't you do this, right? And so, especially with men you don't know, like this whole thing is like you have to protect yourself because there are predacious men out there. And so then you point that out to men, like you're a guy I don't know, like I'm going to treat you like you're a potential rapist because I don't know you and I have to be safe. How dare you? How dare you assume that about me? Like I have to keep myself safe. Do you understand? Yeah. You might be the nicest person in the world, but on a dark street, I don't know you from the criminal.
Yeah.
And I have to always I have to walk around always looking and thinking, I can't go down that road. It's too rapey. Right? I look. Am I too drunk to walk home and be safe? We always. Am I wearing something that's so low cut that I'm going to attract unwanted attention? We are constantly monitoring our clothing, policing our behavior, second guessing ourselves, because we are the objects of male predators.
True. Yeah, to be fair, Herbie, I don't know that a bear has never called you a lesbian. That could be a thing that's happened. I'm not privy to all of your conversations with the ursine creatures of this world, and I apologise for presuming otherwise. Don't forget, if you're on YouTube, you can do bits... No, not bits messages. You can do super chats and or become a member. If you are able to and want to.
Also, the question is, do I have a pizza on me? Because if I have a pizza on me, I would definitely take the bear. And I would throw the pizza box open toward the bear and wait for it to start to eat and then run the fuck away.
Or a slow-running friend. Just saying.
Have the bear run next to me?
Yeah, no, a slow-running friend, and then you just outrun the friend.
Because I did hear about a brown bear that had gotten into the bins behind the Pizza Hut in Plover last time I went home.
What the fuck is that's a little fish.
That's a town.
No, plover's the little fish that eats the scum off the underside of a shark.
It's also, I have no idea. I don't know shark life cycle stuff.
Isn't it? Or it's one of those scavenger animals, isn't it, I think?
Plover has, I don't know, like 18,000 people or something in it.
It's not real then?
What's the minimum population for a place to be real?
19,000. Fact. Oh, plover is a bird. Ah. Yeah, it's the bird that it picks the weird shit out of the cracks of elephants' skin, isn't it?
Mm.
It's a little scavenger thing, isn't it? I'm looking up plover now. It's going to annoy me.
Well, you're also going to come up with Plover, Wisconsin, then.
No, I'm not. It's 18,000 people. Look, plover, the bird. There we go. Plovers are members of the widely distributed group of wading birds. Blah 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 blah. The term plover applies to the members of the family. Oh, there are so many different types of plover. Jesus Christ!
The great tit, the blue tit.
There's so many.
Long-tailed tit.
I don't even know how many there are. Oh, they're numbered. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, there are 69 types of plover. I'm not even making that up.
Nice.
There are the 69th being the white-faced plover.
Racist.
Kentish plover. St. Helena plover. Double-banded plover. Oh, Tibetan sand plover. If you're interested in more plover-based content, hit the follow button.
Women are saying they'd rather take their chances with a bear than a man. Most importantly, ask yourself if you've ever done or said anything that would cause a woman to prefer an encounter with a bear to an encounter with you.
Yeah, exactly. If a wild animal is a preferable date in the forest, do some looking inward.
Yeah, if you're going to defend Trump's locker talk,
yeah,
you have no bare foot to stand on.
Like, come on now.
You don't have a bare leg to stand on.
Like, I don't want to make you feel too bad about you, but I feel like this is tough love. If the bear has more of a shot than you do, you're doing something wrong.
Yep.
Look inward. Look for self-love, but also self-improvement. And then come back to the table. Because you're not, I mean, it's a very low bar to clear, and you are somehow still limboing underneath it. Bravo.
Are you aware of how you come off to other people? Do you try not to do or say things that could come off as creepy?
That's an interesting question from Robert in chat. Christy, what can men do to make women feel more comfortable in public spaces?
leave them the fuck alone. Really, like, it's fine if you want to smile and be friendly and a sort of just like, hey, eye contact, little pause, grin, nod, acknowledgement of their humanity, and then move on with your day.
So don't run at them screaming.
Yeah, don't come over and hit on them. Don't ask them. Don't tell them to fucking smile. Oh my God! Do not this is something that men somehow Oh, why don't you give me a smile, or you should smile more, or oh, it'd be so nice to see you smile.
Oh, yeah, you'd look better with a knife in your face. How about I'll smile as I fucking stab you to death, you cunt.
Go ask another man to smile, and see how that goes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the thing, right? When they talk about the word guys being gender neutral.
Yeah.
Do you have sex with your guys? No? Okay, it's not gender neutral then, is it really?
Yep.
Just saying. And honestly, it's been slightly eye-opening. It's not just heterosexualists. I will say this as a committed half sodomite myself.
Yeah. Well, you're fully sodomite and fully, you'll go both. Yeah, you don't just go halfway.
Oh no! I don't just put the tip in.
Yeah.
Not that the tip is half. I'm not doing that's not a percentage description. Yeah. Anyway, having gay men or bi men who are interested in cock, hitting on you in really aggressive ways. It's fucking weird. Now I can defend myself because I'm over 6 feet tall and I'm relatively well built, fat cunt. So I don't feel as physically intimidated. Whereas if you're 4 foot nothing, it's probably something a bit different. But even so, it's still pretty scary and off-putting to have men coming onto you. Not coming onto you, that's fine. But I mean trying to get with you.
Essentially, yeah. Well, hitting on you.
Yeah. Hitting on you. Yeah, it's
very randomly.
Again, there are ways and means. Someone comes over and says hello, that's fine. If someone comes over and gets all up in your fucking space and starts grinding on you and you're like, I don't fucking know you. Say hello. I don't know your name. Why is your cock on my leg? Go away. It's fucking weird, man. Don't do that.
Yeah, you're really seeing how the other half live.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, shit, have I acted like that in the past? And thinking back, I had. Not necessarily put my cock on people, but being far too aggressive. Yeah. Far too in your face. And actually, one thing I'd noticed as well is because of that change of mind, because of that realisation in my mind, I'm now far less sexual with women in a way that with women who I don't particularly have, there's no chance of anything happening, but there's still that kind of sexual barrier between you because they feel like they have to protect themselves against you. Because I've now dropped that attitude, because I've now sort of realised how messed up and fucking I've seen through the veil. Women are far more confident around me now. Women are far more comfortable.
Relaxed.
Because I'm not.
Get some help.
There was obviously something there before that gave them not necessarily bad vibes, but they had to put their shields up. They have to be defensive against you as a heterosexual male.
Basically, you're policing your behavior so you don't inadvertently give a signal that might be misread. So you're constantly reading your potential predator.
Exactly. Yeah.
In order to make sure that all your signals are neutral. You're not saying anything that's going to piss them off that could get you physically threatened, but you also don't want to encourage them in a way that makes them think that you want to have them go beyond the friend zone and come in closer.
Yeah.
It's navigating. It's constantly.
Whereas now they're far more open with me, and that's nice. Actually, I now have women friends. I realised up until relatively recently, I didn't really have women friends. I had associates. I had people I would meet with regularly, as part of a group and drink and have fun times. But they weren't really friends. I didn't know them very well. Whereas now that we can talk and it's fine. It's lovely. I actually now have women friends. It's very. I was missing out on 50% of people. Mad. Anyway.
And I agree by Peg and Ben that things are better in the kink community. I mean, it's not perfect, but we have ethics about boundaries and limits, and also like when it's respecting people. It's not saying that people won't show up in your DMs and try to be a bit skeezy, but it's you've got a community of people who have your back to say that's fucking skeezy.
To answer Chatter's questions, respect her space. Hang on, I'll play that in a second. Thank you, non-binary. Yes, to Robert's thing in chat, explain what was the thing. Kev, how should I properly hit on you then? Paint a picture. Literally, just come and say hello. Like, you don't have to try and be cool. Like,
or grind up on your leg.
Exactly, especially in the... I mean, I don't want to say gay because I'm not gay. But like, in the cock-loving community, I'm just going to go with that as a description. It's far more obvious what's happening there. Like, there's much less need for pretense. You don't have to do the whole you
want to come over to mine for coffee.
Yeah, or you really don't have to tell me you love me. It's fine. Yes, we both want to bust one. It's absolutely fine. So it's like, and that doesn't mean, by the way, that there can never be love in that situation or the relationship can't develop. But we realise what this can be. But ultimately, it's about you want to get your rocks off, and that's fine.
It's kind of like that Key and Peele where one of them is saying, "Oh, Miss Sally, you look like a tall glass of water on a hot day, and what is your secret?" And then the other guy goes, "That ass, though."
True, and that's fine. Yeah, come over and say, "Oh, hello, my name is," in your case, Robert. My name's Robert. Oh, hello, Rob. I'm Kev. How are you, man? Do you want to suck my dick? No. Yeah. Probably again.
That's a little too fast.
Yeah, but... I've fast forwarded there. I've missed the bit where you talk about what do you do for a living? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're from such and such a place. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Do you want to suck my dick? We can go to the bathroom if you want. Yeah, vibes. Honestly, it's Anyway, what do we have here? Oh, we have more memes. Good lord. More bear-related memes.
Memorific tonight.
Yeah. I just want to get to my tent and sleep. I just want you to come back to the cave for coffee. Lesbian!
Yeah, basically. 1 minute you're one amazing, and then you decline the offer, and suddenly you're a bitch.
Yeah, you know what? Indeed, yeah. But also Aerosol mentions, and then you mention football and I leave. Yeah. I've had that before. I've literally actually done that, and they've gone, oh, that's interesting, and then they instantly leave. Or not instantly, but they kind of drift away.
Oh, you're getting a little bit of flirted with in the chat.
What's happening in chat?
Robert.
Oh, is Robert doing his thing?
Yeah. He's giving his lines.
Shoot your shot, friend. What you got to say? Where is...
You see it?
Oh, well, I would tell you that your eyes are beautiful first. How's that? Are you cool with that? I mean, I am, but I prefer you say I've got, a fat cock or something. Although, again, that can come later. And also, you're lying. My eyes are awful. Just tell me, you look like you've got a fat cock.
Phantom of Black also is just validating your experiences with their own, by the way.
What are they saying? Yeah.
Basically, the cock-loving community can confirm, sort of thing.
Yes. Anyway, respect her space was a thing that someone sent. What's this?
That cat eye top.
I was sure it was nothing, but when someone's just that bit too close to you.
You shouldn't have done that. It made me feel afraid.
Night, love.
He might not have realised, but things like that can make women feel uncomfortable and even scared. Just giving a bit more space would make women feel a lot safer. Respect her space.
Okay.
Yeah, because most of the time I kind of feel like when it's hard to tell the difference between when someone is getting your attention because they want you to validate them versus when they're just being socially friendly. Yeah. Because people who are predatory will use social norms as a way to get a sort of foot in the door.
Yeah.
And then they'll push too far.
Lol, I'm a streamer. Oh yeah, actually, on the point of being a streamer, my dad, God bless him, he's old and Irish. I'm allowed to say that. I can make fun of him.
Is he both old and Irish?
He's old and Irish, and therefore doesn't understand modernness. Modernity is not his forte.
Right.
And he he said, "What is it you actually do, Kev?" And I went, "What?" He went, "Like, because he asked, when he asks how my work is going, he literally says, and this is true, he's asked me this several times, how's the internet going? Is literally how he formulates that sentence. And I go, it's going well, we've got, some growth and blah, blah, blah. That's all right. And that's it, he leaves it there. And he went, what is it you actually do? And I went, where's this coming from? Like, what were you talking about? And he went, well, he was at like some family gathering thing the other day, and people were asking like, how's the kids getting on and that.
Oh yeah.
And he said, someone asked me, what's Kev up to now? And I had to just say, I don't really know. And he said, and I said, how did you explain? He went, I just had to say he does something on the internet.
Fucking brilliant.
He does something on the internet.
He's not wrong. He's not very right.
It's not very specific. It is technically correct, but it's, yeah.
By the way,
well, that's Marinalka. That's literally what I said. I said it's like a radio show on the internet. And he went, but you're on camera, aren't you? I went, yeah, but like just say it's like that. Just visualize it that way for yourself,
Aerosol in the chat says, sadly, also being black, I kind of feel I'm reviewing everyone's comfortability, to be fair. And I think, I can really sort of empathize. I think that there is probably a lot of a Venn diagram overlap in terms of reading people's social cues as a minority person in a population. I think, I don't want to say people of color who are men of color have it worse than women of color. I don't really know enough about it, but I think you probably, each group or NB people would face different types of spheres of uncomfortableness and feeling like they need to be a little bit hyper aware of how others are perceiving them because of their minority status. So, yeah.
Christy, would you like to have a cocktail with me? I'm literally had girls and women be that blunt with me to them. Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm going to be honest. There was a guy that I was friends with. Not acquaintances. We knew each other socially. We met through this thing called Thursday Night Cologne years and years ago. And it was a kind of like, you go to be social and you go to chat with people. I didn't know too much about him, but I'd seen him at a couple events, and we'd kind of gotten on, but we didn't ever really just sort of leave with different groups at the end of the night. And one night I was really, really drunk, and I walked up to him, and the first thing out of my mouth was, "So what does a girl have to do to get in your pants?"
Loves the cock.
Yeah, and literally 6 years later, he wrote me a message. He's like, "At the time I was monogamous, but I'm not in a relationship anymore. Remember when you said that to me?" It's like, no, but I believe you. I mean, it sounds like something I would say when I was
She
drunk.
loves the cock. Let's go. See, that's sometimes a bit of forwardness isn't a problem.
Yeah, tell your dad you're on OnlyFans.
He wouldn't know what that was.
Yeah, no, but the other people would.
Oh God. Oh, so he'd go to my cousins and be like, "Oh yeah, he does a thing called OnlyFans." He says it's a great opening for everybody.
Making lots of money.
Yeah, it says really, he's climbing the slippery slope. Yeah.
The greasy.
He loves the greasy pole. He really
does.
does.
A greasy pole, that one.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, he said shaking his money maker, whatever that means. Don't know what that means, but anyway. No, I couldn't do it. Who the fuck would pay to see this? No one's paying for this. God damn. Anyway, Jesus Christ, Steve's still going.
Yeah, poor Steve.
Fear threatening? Do you make an effort to recognize and respect the boundaries of other people?
Give him a
when someone
up.
tells you that you've crossed a boundary or made them feel uncomfortable, do you receive that thoughtfully and consider that maybe you should adjust your behavior in the future? Or do you shift directly into reactionary defensive mode? Asking these questions, performing these mental exercises is important, especially if you usually don't. The reflexive answer to the concerns represented by women's responses to Man or Bear or Rebecca Watson's elevator story or the Me Too movement is not all men The problem with that response is, while not all men behave in ways that discomfort, threaten, or harm women, not all men who do behave like that are doing it on purpose or with awareness. A lot of the outrage from men about man or bear...
Can I just say, Mad Cat, you are down bad tonight. What is going on here? You're just after everything. Christy, do you want a drink? Robert, like, I mean, god damn. Look, I appreciate it, right? Shoot your fucking shot, right?
There's some horny people in our chat tonight.
Yeah, there's some fucking horny peeps. Good lord. Anyway, thank you, Tartines, me love, for resubscribing, and thank you, Rohack, for gifting us sub to the very much in demand, it would appear, Robert Wesley Branch. Much love.
Yes, lots of love and lust.
Is performative, just as it was in response to Elevator Gate, just as it was in response to Me Too. A lot of it is part of the anti-feminist, anti-social justice, anti-woke grift that has been mutating and metastasizing throughout the internet for decades now. A lot of it is coming from men who know at some level that they are behaving in harmful ways and who resent being asked to stop because they think changing their behavior will be too difficult, or because...
I'm playful tonight. How about you, Kev? Do you mean, am I playful, or do I want to fuck?
Well, I remember there was a Onion headline way back in the 90s, and it said, spring is a great time for fucking.
That is true.
Yeah, I think that might be a little spring fever.
Because they just don't want to change.
Also, the problem with... Right, I think I would choose the bear. Right, I think I've made my decision.
Sorry, we've got a size queen in the chat, apparently.
What's this? What you in the chat, are you, Christy? Hey? Phantom Black, alright then, let me ask you a question is relevant to men. How big is it, Kev? I'm a bit of a size queen. Well, if you're a size queen, I can be your size king. Anyway, or maybe not, I don't know. It depends quite how much of a size queen you are. Yes. What was I going to say? Sorry, yeah, bear. I'd choose bear, right? Because they're shaped like they should be friend. They look huggable.
All right, we had a stuffed bear, black bear, in Kevin's office when I worked for Kevin Shabilsky, and
I was about to say you've never worked in my office. What are you talking about?
And they are. I don't know if you really appreciate how big bears are relative to human size. Like they're terrifying. Yeah, spring is a great time for sex. You want to read that for us, Kevin?
One of the longest winters on record. I'm done. I can't be bothered.
It's from 1996, huh? I got it.
1996. Good God.
Nice. Whoever found that. Nice one.
True. Oh yeah, I was talking about this because my football team got relegated. Not cool. But
Cologne might be relegated. We're barely clinging on.
True, but you'll be in the second tier. We're in the third tier. Fuck me. Anyway, which we haven't been in that tier since 1993-94. Anyway, and this led me into, after the game, we were in the pub, and we were looking up things that happened in 1994.
Oh yeah.
I guess. And there was a poll done in Britain of the best invention of the year. And you know the widget, the little plastic ball you put in like cans of beer to keep it like fizzy?
What? No, a widget. I just think of like, I don't know, some sort of handheld box opener, like Sharpie kind of thing. I don't know what widget you're talking about in this case.
Okay.
If you're going to look it up, I'm going to say a friend of mine. I was over last weekend, and he was informing me that Cologne is about to be relegated. I was like, oh, it'll just be a building year. He's like, yeah, my team Hamburg has been in the building year, quote unquote, for 6 years now.
Yeah. So that's like, it's a little plastic ball, and it's got like grooves on it or something anyway, and it kind of percolates in the beer to keep it alive or whatever. It nitrogenizes the drink, apparently, is the technical phrase. Anyway, that was invented in 1994. And it won the poll, right? So it was the thing that British people thought was the greatest invention of that year, beating into second place something that I don't think will ever take off: the internet.
So plastic that's going to end up in the oceans beat out a technology.
The greatest repository of human knowledge ever. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, British people nailing it again.
You know, literally the greatest repository ever. Makes the Library of Alexandria look like fucking child's play. Yeah, that thing. That thing was beaten by a small bit of plastic.
But beer, man.
To be fair, look, we were drinking beer before the internet, and when civilization collapses and the internet goes away, we'll still be drinking beer.
We'll still have the plastic from the widgets.
And the plastic from the
widgets, like
widgets,
10,000 years,
we will have to make into protective equipment to protect us from the rise of the robots.
Yeah, the AI robots, which are inevitably coming, and they're all going to be normalized, given the norms of like Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk and other fucking prick billionaires who are idiots.
Very much so. Oh, anyway,
God,
noise happened. Sorry. Thank you, Swirly Curly, for resubscribing. 19 motherfucking months. How can we follow? How can we follow Christy? Christy, put your links in the chat or something.
Okay, I have to find my like Blue Sky account and
unless not Way with Historian, who's are they in? They were.
They were pinning things before I saw.
Yeah, so. they've got all the links.
Yeah,
literally all the links. When I mention migrant issues, they've still got you can donate to the RNLI, the Royal National Lifeboat Institute, because of that one story I did about someone raising money for a ship to be called the Nigel Farage, because he was annoyed that they were saving migrants.
Oh God, you know what I saw the other day? Yeah. I was so tempted. Is George Santos is selling? Well, we saw this. He's selling those. Cameos.
Oh, mate. Okay, I'll just read you this, right? Because this one's on Twitter, but then we'll go to the other one that isn't. Where is it? Hang on, bookmarks. He absolutely roasted Nick Funes, right?
George Santos.
George Santos did, yes. Here we go. Right. It's been approximately 12 hours. This is from the official George Santos account. It's been approximately 12 hours since I asked Nick Fuentes if he was gay, and he ran away from me without answering. Nicky, girl, can I get an answer? ? Inquiring minds are dying to hear the words out of your mouth. I understand if it's currently occupied, bringing the swelling of a dick down. We can wait. Lol, crying emoji face. Delightful. But then also, so that was funny, right? Hang on. But then someone sent me this, and this is, I cannot believe he did this. He's selling cameos, right? He's selling cameos, and
if you've seen Sacha Baron Cohen's Who is America,
right? He's doing cameo, which is like a little video so we can pay people to say very, very stupid things. We've seen it with Nigel Farage saying, you know, big chongus, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
George Santos went further with stiff dick of poop. Are you aware of a group called NAMBLA?
I am, unfortunately.
Yeah, the North American Man Boy Love Association. Advocates for pederasty.
He does, yeah.
Anyway, George Santos took $50 or whatever it is to buy one of these, and yeah.
Hi Nambla, I just wanted to stop by to offer you my full support and that I am here for you if you need anything. I want to congratulate you on your success and on your anniversary this past December. I just wanted you to know you're doing a great job and you're doing great things and the world is a better place because of you. We all love you and I love you, Nambla. Mwah. All the best. Bye.
Oh, I assume he did not realize that wasn't a person's name.
Hi, Nambla. Fucking hell, man. Ew. That's so bad. 200. You have to pay him 250. Oh my god.
That's a lot of money.
250.
I saw him all dressed up in a red dress singing "Happy Birthday," and I was like, yes. "Oh, I really want to get that for Kevin."
He's brought Kitty Katana, or whatever the fuck the character's called, the drag character he has, who he claimed never existed.
Amazing what happens when you want money.
Yeah, the surest fire way of ensuring that he definitely did exist. Yeah, I did see that, Phantom. Thank you. Yeah.
We need to get through Steve's stuff. I mean, I love Steve, but we've been going for, it's the one thing we've done, and it's like almost 9:30.
Okay.
Because they feel entitled
so many things
to act
do.
however they want and to treat women in any way they see fit to. If you're a man, but not one of those men, and you're upset by the fact that seemingly most women would rather find themselves face to face with a bear in the woods than with a man, perhaps you want to change that general perception that women have of men. A logical first step toward that is making sure that you are not the sort of man a woman needs to worry about.
Yay!
Which does not mean...
Well, that's what that is what I would say. Not only is it not my job on an individual level to falsely reassure women of anything, but also I don't think it would be right to do so. I think I'm not going to try and convince women to feel safe around men, because I don't think that would be an appropriate reaction. All I can do is focus on my own actions, my own behaviour, and try and inform men when their behaviour doesn't meet the standard. But ultimately, if men don't change and become not predatory scumfucks, I'm not going to try and convince women the opposite, because that would be to betray them and their safety.
Well, I think that unfortunately, because we talked about, like, this is one of the evidence against God, because of the way that the human DNA variations manifest themselves in terms of, phenotypes, and basically we are destined with enough people, someone's going to be a sociopath. Someone is going to be, a psychopath in any population. Now, not all sociopaths are dangerous. Not all psychopaths or antisocial personality disorder people are dangerous, right? But in people who have those brain structures and are brought up in abusive situations or are mishandled or treated, they are basically given the various stimuli that bring out the worst in them, and they start to they are going to be predators. There are going to be predators in our populations. It doesn't matter what our economic structure is. It doesn't matter if we become a communist society or a Christian nationalist. It doesn't matter, because that's not what at the end of the day is driving the predatory behavior. It's that our genes are kind of fucked up.
Yeah, fair enough.
The sort of man a woman
people will always have predators, but disproportionately the vulnerable, and that means physically the smaller. So children, and then at-risk people, people who are minorities, women, people who aren't part of the in crowd, trans people, gay people, whatnot.
Thank you to Making Love to a Big Mac for existing, delightful name, and secondly for hitting the follow button.
Needs to worry about. Which does not mean that you should try to become more like a bear. That is the wrong lesson. You have missed the point. Just for your own good as well as everyone else's, avoid forests.
What is the anti-bear bigotry on tonight? Because honestly, I thought the atheist community had changed, but clearly not. Clearly, the ursinophobia that's existing in this space needs to be challenged. Christy was doing it earlier to the black bears.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Steve over here is the omni bigot when it comes to
bears.
bears.
Basically,
apparently.
you can definitely see people who've actually encountered bears or at least seen them in the wild, and Kevin, who has not.
Christy, all I'll say is, humans have done me wrong in the past. A bear has never hurt me.
Yet.
What do you mean? Again, the bigotry, Christy. You can't assume a bear's going to hurt me. The stats are in. 0 bear attacks, non-zero human attacks.
Yeah,
Fact.
well, I mean, you can take those odds if you want.
Oh, here we go, Christy in the pocket of big person. Jesus. Thank you, Lord Fruitus, for gifting a sub to Ripshaft. Much love. Seriously, have you ever seen a bear in the real? I've seen only at the zoo when I was a kid. I haven't seen a bear in the wild. The worst you'll get in Britain is shat on by a pigeon. We don't have
or you
animals.
might get some foxes yipping in the middle of the night.
Yeah, some foxes will tear your bins open. That's like the worst that's going to happen to you. Oh, Wojtek, anti-fascist hero, Wojtek. We've been through this, haven't we? The Polish bear that fought at Monte Cassino.
What?
We have definitely been through Wojtek.
Okay.
Right, Syrian brown bear. was the Poles that escaped from southern Russia through Iran and then off became part of the invasion force for Italy, right? During the Second World War, they adopted a small brown bear and they called it Wojtek, which is a Polish name. And then when they wanted to get onto the ship that was going from Palestine, appropriately enough, to Italy for the invasion of southern Italy during the soft underbelly campaign. Thanks for that, Churchy boy. Fucking idiot. Anyway, the captain of the ship didn't want to let them on because he was an animal.
Yeah.
And he was carrying fucking soldiers. So the cheeky cunts signed him up. They signed him up as a private in the Polish army, Wojtek, right? Literally, he had a serial number.
Yeah.
He had wages, which they used to buy food for him, obviously. Yeah, and then he fought with them. And then at Monte Cassino, famous battle, right? Absolutely fucking horrific slaughter. There was a monastery on top of a big fucking hill, etc. Anyway, he got free of his restraints and not really realising what the fuck was going on, just started doing what the humans were doing. And so he started carrying boxes of ammunition to the front line.
Wow.
So he actively fucking fought against the Nazis.
Nice.
A genuine anti-fascist bear. Anyway, they were then demobilised in Scotland, and they couldn't take him back to Poland because there wasn't enough of the humans there, let alone a bear. And so he lived out the rest of his life in Edinburgh Zoo. And there's a little statue to him there now.
Wow, the anti-fascist what was his name again?
Wojtek.
Wojtek, the anti-fascist bear.
You become a member to my Twitch channel, as Wayward Historian showing you there. I've even got an emote of the anti-fascist bear.
Oh, nice.
Fuck yes. Anyway. What were the Wojtek years? When did it die? 1963. At the age of 21. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, part of the Polish land forces. Amazing. Years of service, 1943 to 1945.
Amazing.
Amazing shit. Anyway, love it. So that's why I choose bear. All I'll say is, there was a bear on the anti-fascist side. Was there a bear on the fascist side? No. Millions of humans, though. I rest my case.
All right, so...
And elevators.
Oh, he's done. There you go.
There's some things I want you to share because they've been sitting in our Discord list for fucking weeks now. So
yeah, but Christy, this is why now that it's on Discord is it any different? Well, there were loads of things that went into the Facebook that never made it onto the stream.
Yeah, well, that was also a problem that I want you to show the anti-marijuana PSA, the death drug. That's from the 27th of April.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, while you're looking that up, did you see that Trump's audit company is basically been shut down for fraud?
Of course it is.
They're basically like an audit mill. They're just they had Trump's name spelled wrong in their reports on the Trump company, and even that report said it was financially unsustainable. So even a fake old report mill. All right, I need more protein. So are you about ready? You can chill a little bit while I go do my thing. Go get some protein.
There's no... Oh, hang on. Marijuana. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, this is not a real ad, by the way, but it is fucking hilarious. I didn't know it wasn't real when I first started watching it because it's really fucking and I was like, this is way too homoerotic. You chill for 2 minutes and then I'll be right back, okay?
Okay, Christy, I will do that.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everybody. How are we all? YouTube chatterinos, do not forget, you can become a member on my YouTube for as little as 99 pence. You can. You can also do super chats, etc. And it's just, hang on, where is it? $5 a month. It's just $5. Death to the West. Yeah. Anyway, on Twitch. Do I have a Patreon? I do indeed have a Patreon. Whoever asked me that. The Raddest Scorpion. Yes, I do. Do I have a link to it? Wayward Historian has a link to it. There you go. Have I ever seen a... No, I've never seen a bear in the real. No way. Today I learned there's a bear that fought the Nazis. Yeah, exactly. Wojtek. Absolute fucking legend, mate. Love it. Didn't like my remake. I did. I just totally forgot about it. Actually, whilst I'm on it, I might as well download it, right? Hang on a minute.
What are you downloading?
Someone did the joke thing of $5 a month. Which I still have. It's a still image that wrote that.
Oh yeah, the one that you
anyway.
to block Destiny's face.
Yeah. No, actually, no. That was a different one. Someone made an animated version, so I don't have to make it big and small manually when I want to do the stupid thing. And it's in. Did you put it in memes? Is it in memes? Because I can't see it. Well, it was a few days ago, so I'm scrolling.
Yeah, your chat's busy too.
Yeah. From arse face to sex arse model, a BBC documentary. My memes are weird.
What?
I don't even remember what that was in reference to. God damn. No, it's not in memes, is it? What did you put it in? What did you which in art? Oh good lord. Hello lesbian hot sauce.
We got her. Victory is ours.
Well, that sounds like something someone would call me.
Yeah, the last two people to follow this channel are Making Love to a Big Mac and Lesbian Hot Sauce.
Lesbian hot sauce is an amazing
really
name.
is.
That what was that? We were watching that history of kink. And it was the lesbian sex pirates or something like that.
Lesbian sex pirates? What the
Don't you remember?
fuck?
Like when it was Amp was talking about it.
Oh, there are too many things! Ah! Art and graphic design. There isn't such a fucking category! What are you talking about? Ah! I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. There is no such category in my fucking Discord. Which, by the way, everyone should go and check out the Discord. Link me the thing. Link me the fucking thing. Ah!
Alright, so it's not the lesbian sex pirates, but that does come up with a lot of interesting titles like Pirate Lesbian Captain Jordan, Hot Lesbian Pirates of the Hot Seas, Pirates Lesbian Porno Videos, Pirates aren't shy to try lesbian sex at ship and not only... ...
Well, I'm annoyed that the book Sodomy and the Pirate Tradition has not popped up in that search. Which sounds like an amazing book which I need to read at some point, yeah. How do I... Oh, shit. Now I've got to try and download a fucking file. Hang on. Copy text. Remove restrictions. Do I... Now what do I do? Copy message link? No.
You sound like such a boomer right now.
Apps, copy text, reply, pin message. Oh, I don't know how to fucking download that.
You have to do it another time.
Fucking end me. Honestly, I think I need to be put out of my fucking misery. Oh. Just put it on Imgur. I mean, fucking suck my dick, all of you. You fucking helpful pricks taking time out of your day to 1, create art for me, B, post it, and then remind me to try and download it. You people disgust me with your assistance.
I managed it on my laptop, so how did you not do it on your...
I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't click anything in the end because I was like, none of this seems to be appropriate.
All you have to do is hold it, and then it goes save image and a download, and you just click save image with the download image. Download arrow.
Hang on. Save image as?
Sure.
Okay.
On your laptop, probably, yeah, because it just automatically downloads it as a file.
Well, I'm not on a laptop. I'm on a PC because...
Okay, well, on my tablet, I should say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's try and make that happen. I need to add a thing, don't I? Media file? Add?
Uh-huh.
and then another one there, and then add source, and then browse, and then yeah.
There you go.
Fuck yeah, baby. I'm gonna put that over the entire fucking screen. There you go. Look at that. Now we're cooking. Now we're fucking cooking.
Now what have you done? What have you done?
Christy, can you see that shit? Christy.
Yeah, let me go back to the Twitch
Christy.
thing because I...
Christy.
Oh, yeah, I
Christy.
see it now. Oh, that's
Christy.
fucking annoying.
That is very annoying. That's going nowhere, bitches. If you don't give me money, you'll see more of it. Yeah. Pay me not to fucking show it. Thank you to who the fuck created that? The person who created it. I'm scrolling back. Hatter Hair. Thank you. You absolute fucking legend.
I see it as another alias on that.
There's also a less jank one. Why would I want the less jank one? Do you know my channel? Please. Oh, anyway.
You love the audio.
Leftist audio. Fuck me.
Little brother, marijuana? Really? Big brother, I'm sorry. I just wanted to try it. I wasn't going to smoke the whole thing. You're just lucky Dad didn't care.
Is this person me and Aslan Rowlands together?
Possibly.
Fucking hell. That is... Honestly, it's beautiful.
At you. I'd be cleaning blood out of the carpet for weeks. You're right. I'm sorry. I just hope you're not disappointed in me. Look, I got something I gotta show you. Come with me.
He's gonna get his cock out. He's gotta get his cock out.
I told you there's real homoeroticism.
You can't. Exactly. Look, I mean, just Robert, if you're talking, right? That's how you come onto me. Come with me. I got something to show you. You have my attention, so let's go.
So what did you want to show me, big brother?
Yeah, don't say big brother. That's both politically weird and possibly illegal. Just avoid it. I don't get that. Whenever you go into a porn site, there's always all this fucking weird incest shit on there. Like, oh, a person fucks their dad or their stepmom.
Stepmother, stepbrother, yeah, there's a lot of step siblings.
What's this about? Don't fucking do this.
Straight
people are weird, man.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Filter that shit out.
Yeah.
Look, after I caught you smoking marijuana, it got...
If anyone ever opens with marijuana and not like weed or something like that, yeah. Like if they go, you can't go too far. If they're like, look, I saw you biffing on the Sensimilia, and
you know, with the whole Back in Black ads that have been up for the biopic, I'm not going to see it, but it did make me get the album out. Yeah. And the last song, do you remember the last song on Back in Black?
Oh, I haven't listened to that album in years, man. No.
It's tell your boyfriend next time he's around to buy his own weed and don't wear my shit down.
Yeah.
So it's called whatever, but it's all about going like you got to go see the Green Man. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, you've been hitting up the Kush. Like, you can go too cool dad about it. But if anyone says marijuana or marijuana, just because they don't know how to pronounce like Spanish words, it's the least cool thing imaginable.
There was a good M-bar about like how it being like Spider-Man, because just like Spider-Man, you want to Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, yeah, okay, that's cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware of the sexual practice of Spider-Manning?
No, what's that? I don't know. Can you describe it on air?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's when you're going to ejaculate and you pull out, you come into your own hand, you then thrust it forward into the other person's face and go, Spider-Man! It is actually quite funny.
Just reminds me of the guy from the Montana governor's debate. Blitzkrieg!
Blitzkrieg! It would just be weird if you screamed Blitzkrieg. Spider-Man is funny. Yeah.
Got me thinking of back when I was younger, just about your age, in fact. I almost myself fell into a pit of nothing but drugs and despair, and I couldn't bear.
You saw him having a spliff, mate. Calm the fuck down. I almost fell into a pit of despair with my well-tuned guitar and my obviously clean clothing. Yeah, you're alright then, I reckon. It's when you're cracked out injecting junk into your cock. That's when you got to start worrying, I think. Well, actually, no, you probably should start worrying a little before then. But that's when you've hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
This guy looks chill, actually, with his man tits. I'm just saying.
Air to think of you going down that same path. Someone so innocent and pure.
Oh, come on! There's no way he doesn't have his lips round his fucking balls in a second. What's going on here?
I told you the homoerotic undertones are just
Someone so
not subtle.
Sweet and innocent and supple.
Tasty.
Yeah. Tender meat.
Which is why I want you to have this. What is that? It's called a cigarette. And unlike marijuana, this comes from the earth. And it has no negative health side effects.
True!
Go ahead, take it. Mustard tip to mouth. Follow my lead, all right?
Now we're talking.
Every year,
Tip to
thousands
tip.
of teens are struck dead from marijuana use. Only you can stop the slaughter.
True.
Smoke cigarettes instead. Or, as Cigarella says, choose smokes, not dope.
Cigarella.
Love you, big brother. Love you, little brother.
This message brought to you by the National Cigarette Foundation.
Yes.
So in 2024, you can make videos that look like they were made in the 1990s. That's
Oh, was that actually like a new thing, was it?
Yeah, it was a joke. Yeah, they were using like new filters and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. That was very gay. I loved it.
Very, yes, that's why I told you it was good.
It was. Anyway, our favourite topic, laughing at Elon Musk.
Oh, yes.
Because he is a fascist piece of shit.
Yes.
Anyway.
Down with the fash.
His most recent piece of fascist nonsense, he was on stage at some event or another where they were, giving him a gob job, as they usually do at these things, because he's the king of technology, or the king of Mars or something. I don't know. Anyway, and he was talking about the civilizational collapse of Rome because of women not giving birth or something. And it was just total rubbish.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah. Absolute rubbish. Like, he was just and he was mentioning he mentioned 50 BC, before the Roman Empire existed. It wasn't an empire. You're talking about a different period of time. Dickhead. Anyway.
He's such a pseudo-intellectual.
Yeah. Non-binary, we literally kicked off the show with the brainworm story. Fucking love it. It explains so much. So much. Anyway, let's go.
It took over 4 years, but the Tesla Cybertruck was absolutely worth the wait.
Yeah.
All the way back in 2019, from the moment we first laid eyes upon this damn thing, we knew.
Yeah, when he throws the ball, look, it's unbreakable, and then he throws the ball and it breaks. The window
fucking
breaks.
cracks.
Genius. At what point? Like, at that point, who's lending him money still? Who's giving this fucking prick anything?
The only time his stock goes up is when he shills something that he's never going to deliver.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That we were in for a treat. In addition to choices like building the whole thing out of stainless steel panels with flat planes and sharp edges, something that no one else does.
Which, by the way, there was the viral image that went around of a guy who gashed his leg open on a car door on one of these fucking things, and then posted out like, "Oh, I cut my leg, I'm at the hospital, blah blah blah. Still love my Tesla." These people are a cult, man. Honestly, you know what? When inevitably you have your head chopped off by the fucking, what's it called? What the fuck's it called? The front boot or whatever the fuck it's called. It's got a weird name.
Oh, the frump. The frunk?
Frunk? The frunk. When
frunk.
When your head gets chopped off by the frunk, that's just Darwinism.
You know, I used to kind of wonder, how could it be that when Joseph Smith, an obvious fucking, like, sexual predator con man, claimed to have dug up golden discs in his backyard, and one of his friends, like, had it translated to him in a trance by an angel, that a bunch of white people went, yeah, that can be real. And like, how stupid are people that they would believe that? And then, look, we've got Elon Musk today.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's little different. Yeah.
Except, well, no, he's selling them products instead of religion.
Well, I mean, like I say, if you gash your leg open and you're still like, oh, this is awesome, is it any different?
Oh, apparently some YouTuber is, I'm not YouTuber, someone on X is like asking him for a replacement car because he's had his for 3 months and it still doesn't work. All he's done is taken it into the shop for repairs. Yeah.
Okay, I've just come up with it. Survival of the Twittist.
Nice.
That works. That works.
Yeah, that's good.
For very good reasons. Elon himself gave us a taste.
It's so ugly. It's so fucking ugly. And if I see you driving it, I know you're a munter as well.
Well, you won't. I'm sure it won't fit on the roads in England.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you're fucking, you're busted. You're broken. You're dusted, crusted, and busted. Shut up.
You busted ass piece of shit.
True. Full Metal Jacket. That's the name of a cool film and that. Whoa!
To come when he talked up how tough the glass was and then immediately just completely botched the demonstration by not once but twice leaving the apocalypse-proof Cybertruck sitting on stage with 2 windows shattered by the laziest ever tosses of a steel ball.
Yeah, that's not like Major League Pitching. He gently tossed it at the window.
Yeah,
like,
who's that dickhead who shot his car up?
Aiden Ross, yes. Benito Mazzilli. Can we get some 707s in the chat for Benito Mazzilli? Please. If you don't get that reference, tough shit.
Yeah. You actually probably have a better life than we do.
Exactly. Maintain your innocence. You don't need to know. Like, sometimes ignorance is bliss. Leave it there, you know? Yeah.
Ball just.
But hey, with 4 years of development, surely they were able to work out all the kinks of Elon Musk's magnum opus. No, they weren't. Of course they weren't. As we've seen over the past few months, the Cybertruck has been a nightmare for many of the folks that put down a deposit way back in the pre-pandemic times and then finally got their dream car. In fact, as more Cybertrucks have shipped to customers, we've gotten to see more and more incredible examples of their immense disappointment. And it's a truly unique kind of disappointment due to the sunk cost. Not only the sunk cost of the roughly $100,000 that it cost to just buy the truck, but also the sunk cost of being an Elon Musk superfan.
True.
Even while lamenting problems that are objectively not normal for a brand new expensive car, they continue to insist that it is the best car they've ever owned. And it's getting worse with every kind of post online, and still it always ends with love the car, love the company.
Thank you, Elon.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And yeah, obviously it is the best thing they've ever owned because it came from the richest and therefore smartest person.
The man they love.
Yes.
The man they love more than their wife and kids.
The genius, Elon Musk.
To be fair, they're not legally restricted from seeing Elon Musk.
Yeah, they want to see Elon Musk unlike his kids.
Yeah, exactly. His kids. Elon Musk has not divorced him, so
yes,
you can see Elon Musk other than just every other Sunday for 2
hours. By the
hours.
way, I see the Garrett Club will now accept women members.
What is that?
That's that men's social group that was not open to women, and like Stephen Fry was a member, and Sting was a member, and they were getting a lot of shit
just
because
rich people cunts.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But yeah, it was basically like professionals, and it was networking opportunities, and it was male only. And last time they voted to let women members in was 2015. And it required a 2/3 vote to change the rules, and they didn't have enough.
Yeah.
And I don't know what kicked it off in social media again exactly, but yes, I was following it because there was also, I mean, okay, we're just going to pause this since we're discussing this. In Australia, I think it was. I think I sent this to you on Discord as well, but you just blown me off and all of the stuff, all of the things that I so carefully curate for you because they're fucking interesting. But because all right, this is one that I'm a bit more torn about because I see both sides of it. Okay. But there was an art exhibit. I want to say it was, the Australia's Mona. I don't know, the National Museum or some kind of art display.
Right.
That was about like women's history, women's oppression, and it was to kind of make its point about the history of women. Men were excluded.
Right.
From attending the art exhibit. And a man was offended or whatever. He decided to sue, saying it's unfair that I can't access. So a museum in Australia is fighting to keep its exhibit women only after a court ordered that men should be allowed entry under anti-discrimination laws.
Right.
So this is Tasmania's Museum of Old and New Art.
Oh, it's Tasmania as well. The mental
bit.
And
arguing that it took too narrow a view on women's historical and ongoing social disadvantages and how the ladies' lounge can promote equal opportunity. Right. The court issued its order in April following a gender discrimination lawsuit filed by New South Wales resident Jason Lau, who was denied entry to the lounge. Kersha Kashella, the artist behind the lounge, has said that she will challenge the ruling by making the space compliant with regulations. So do you know how she is trying to get around making her space, which is designed to be like a space for women to come in and talk about women's history and women's oppression, from male men coming in, cis men presumably. I don't really know. How she's planning on getting around this order.
Requiring an emotional maturity test at the door? Don't know.
She's going to make it into a toilet.
Okay.
Checkmate,
turfoids.
Yes. So by putting a toilet in it. So I mean, I personally am a big fan of gender-neutral toilets. I think it's silly that we have.
Yeah,
like,
I've been to Margaret Thatcher's
everything.
grave several times. Yeah.
Yes. I also can understand that, like, there is value to creating a space where people who have been in an oppressed group can go and talk about that.
Yeah.
I also understand why we have anti-discrimination. Like, it's very complicated, but I have to say her solution is like, that's fine. We can keep the exhibit. We're just going to add a toilet and a faucet and a water, and people can pee there. And now it's a toilet area. So sorry, it's going to be single, like one, it'll be for women only again. So the fight goes on in Tasmania.
Well, that's just a general phrase. Yeah.
Some of the key artworks, like the one by Picasso, will be moved into the museum's existing ladies' toilet. Yes, to ensure uninterrupted viewing while she applies for other exemptions.
I don't mind on. Why is there a men's artwork there, but men aren't there? Checkmate.
Yes. So her plans involve transforming the velvet-clad lounge into a women's toilet and a church, which she claims will allow it to continue operating as a woman-only space under legal exemptions. There's a fabulous toilet coming to the ladies' lounge, and so in that sense, the ladies' lounge will operate as a ladies' room. It's a toilet that is celebrated around the world. It is the greatest toilet, and men won't be allowed to see it.
It's the greatest toilet. People are saying it's the best toilet that's ever existed.
Yes. And only on Sunday will men be allowed into the space to learn ironing and laundry folding. Women can bring in their clean laundry, and men can go through the series of graceful movements designed by a Rinpoche and refined by Tai Chi masters to fold them, she said in an interview published by the museum.
Unnaturally, yeah.
Thanks to the ruling, we have no choice but to open ourselves to a whole range of enriching experiences, spiritual, educational, to discover and facilitate new possibilities and to become better.
Fair. Thank you, Daddy Uncle Darren, for following. Welcome.
So I'm just like I see a lot of the different perspectives on that one, but I was pretty amused by that.
How did we even get onto this? I don't even remember how we got onto gender neutral toilets in Tasmania.
Because the Cybertruck is a big pile of shit.
Really? That seems tenuous at best. No.
I've been wanting to talk about this since for weeks now.
Really? Why didn't you talk about it then?
Well, because we basically kept missing each other, and then you fell asleep once, and then I was busy once.
I did fall asleep.
Yeah.
I did.
Well, it wasn't even just once. It was most recently you fell asleep. I think it was on Saturday or Friday or something. But yeah.
To be fair, I was very tired.
I don't. Yeah, it's fine. You need your sleep, mate. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's time yet again for our recurring segment on Cybertruck owners' woes, which these owners are more than happy to share on the public internet for all of our enjoyment. How nice
True.
of them. So let's start with a guy that fits the Cybertruck owner profile to a T. He goes by Lamar MK on Twitter and YouTube, and while he doesn't have a ton of followers, his posts have gone viral multiple times because his Cybertruck has been just a constant headache for him. His timeline whiplashes between posts where he's...
Yeah, go on.
Come on, YouTube.
No, I paused it. You said, come on.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was talking about the video.
Oh, sorry. I thought you wanted to say so. Okay. I misread the verbal cue. I apologize.
Yeah, so I think this might be the guy that I was thinking of, who's basically Elon, I want my truck fucking now. But we'll see.
He's begging Elon Musk to please put an end to all of his suffering. Please fix this car. Mm-hmm. And other posts where he praises Elon and Tesla and the Cybertruck and rails against their haters. So here's a post of his from a few days ago.
Let's take a moment to reassess the situation.
Let's not.
Oh my god, look at that fucking wall of text.
Because they're so smart. Christy, they're so smart. You have to hear their amazing original thoughts.
One of the better things about Twitter was that, you couldn't go fucking on and on and on. You had to really make things condensed into bullet points,
I would remember 140 characters. And I didn't mind when they doubled it to 280 because it gives you a bit more space.
Yeah.
But now you can just post entire novels.
I know, it's like
What's
a fucking LinkedIn page.
But look, it's not micro blogging then. It's just
blogging.
It's just blogging. It's just wanky. Stop it. Also, under every fucking post, tits in bio, pussy in bio,
Twitter in bio.
Twitter in bio. I think I did 255. I don't know, Clem.
Clem Fandango?
My Cybertruck nearly 2 months.
Clem H Fandango.
Months ago, yet I've only been able to drive it for about 2 weeks. It's the most eco-friendly truck that you can own because you literally cannot drive it sometimes.
Yeah, no fossil fuels burned at all. Love it.
It's been in service 3 times since then, and it's still in service. Every time I drive the current one, something seems to break.
Who'd have thought making shit in a tent? It might not go super well.
Yep.
Amazing.
I don't want to live in constant fear that it will malfunction again after each visit to the Tesla Service Center. Therefore, I respectfully request an expedited replacement Cybertruck to be delivered to the Raleigh Service Center as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, mate.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck about you.
Also, Raleigh, North Carolina, Al. Delete your account.
My patience can only go so far. Additionally, I currently have a wrap and custom license plate, and I can't even put any of them on my Cybertruck. Under the North Carolina Lemon Law, I have the option to choose between a buyback or a replacement, and a replacement is what I'm opting for. My truck wasn't just plagued by one issue. It had all the major issues.
That's amazing.
The early 2000 VIN Cybertruck, so hopefully a newer one coming off the production line, has made the necessary fixes to address all of these issues. Oh, would you please, sir?
Concerning.
By the way, great company, beautiful head of hair. I just want to drive the truck out.
I just need a completely different car than the one I bought.
Yeah.
Because this one is, it is a lemon.
Yeah, it is a lemon, but the thing is, all you're going to get replaced with is a different lemon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like there are no non-lemon Teslas available.
They're all shit, mate.
Yeah.
They're all shit.
It's just different. What flavour of lemon are you going to get? Is it more like a kind of panel gap lemon? Is it an explodey engine lemon? Is it a crash into a family of 5 lemon? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
It really is a Russian roulette of awful options.
Yes.
Actually, he was kind of praising the IRA the other day. As you do, known terrorist organisation.
Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk was on Twitter.
All right, interesting take. Let's.
Hang on, did I? Well, I don't know if I did. Somewhat. I don't know if I bookmarked it, but anyway, he was sort of glizzing the IRA a little bit, and I thought that's actually quite appropriate because the IRA used to make cars explode as well. So, like, game recognises game clearly.
Yes.
Partner push.
2024.
I'm not saying the Cybertruck is a lemon. I'm saying my Cybertruck.
He's being very nice about it,
and it's probably my fault. But like, can I just get a new one? Can I just start fresh?
Look, I am just a walking piece of bad luck, and I am sure that this is all of my fault. When I open the door, it could be
hello, Lost Sue. Everyone go and follow Lost Sue for all of your awesome First Nations, North American awesomeness.
Cool.
Literally, their home page thing on when you go onto their stream is that famous image of the picture of there's like 4 native folk with the was it fighting terrorism since 1492 or whatever. Yeah. Which is fair. Honestly, Christy, white people from America, present company accepted, of course, are scum.
Thanks for the exception.
Yeah, I was doing that with my fingers crossed.
Oh, okay.
Any door, it falls off the hinges.
Things just happen to me.
I'm a klutz. So, yes, this is the perfect truck for me, but I would still like it to be operational.
Yes.
And by the way, great head of hair, Mr. Musk.
And yeah, when he says that he's experienced.
Yeah, I love that. Elon Musk was bald 25 years ago, but now he's got a full head of hair. But that's not gender-affirming hair. That's different.
Always.
That's totally different. No, that's fine. Yeah.
White men get a special thing. Like
he's not white, Christy. Yeah. No, he's an African American. Christy, why are you trying to keep the black man down? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Dickhead.
Experienced all the major issues. Most recently, that includes getting a big flashing red screen of death on his first road trip with the Cybertruck, as well as being unable to actually charge it, which is pretty important.
Yeah, so, what you have there is... it's not a car. It doesn't go anywhere, and it doesn't work, and you can't fuel it. It's like having
it's not a car, yeah.
It's you've got a toilet that's not plumbed in. So what you have is a vase of shit.
Yep.
Just saying. Kev stole that joke from here. I didn't steal no fucking joke. Hey, whoa, dickhead. I will happily admit to stealing jokes on the reg. That joke I did not steal. Someone else did the same joke, so here it is. Elon Musk says, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. The Irish Republican Army was so hardcore, but now they're as scary as a plush toy. Which, they still kill people. It's much rarer, but it does happen.
Yeah, he should watch what he talks about.
And someone says, a lot of people making snide comments about this take, but the Ra packed up blowing cars up in 1998 and this guy's still doing it. Okay, so we did the same basic joke. Yeah. I didn't steal it. We're two very original and funny motherfuckers. So, check mate.
Just a quick glance at his YouTube page. It's a real window into the specific kind of cope that you only really see with Cybertruck owners, featuring titles like Broken on First Road Trip, Broken Again After 1 week, Help Me, Elon, and Broken After 2 weeks. What happened?
Also, is that a UFO? Cybertruck POV at night. Is that a Batmobile or a UFO? It's probably a plane. You twat. Jeez. The vast majority of alien sightings are in America. That's not even a thing in most other places.
It does say a lot about us, doesn't it?
Yeah. Kevin Christie, why do people buy the Cybertruck? Because they thought it was going to be cool or whatever, because they bought into the decades of ridiculous free PR that the quote-unquote media, the ones that are supposed to hold the powerful to account, they've been giving him a free fucking gob job for 20 years.
The entire time, yeah.
Iron Man thought he had a good idea in the film, so therefore he must be brilliant. And actually he's just an idiot. He's an idiot who knows how to game the system for his own financial benefit based upon his dad having a fucking apartheid emerald mine.
Yep. Pretty much.
Alongside other videos that are clearly like he's stoked about the car. It's mixed messages happening here.
Yeah.
Galore.
And even when he's complaining about what a nightmare the Cybertruck owner's experience has been, he's posting stuff like Cybertruck haters are simply frustrated that their preferred automakers didn't produce a vehicle like.
Yeah, I'm so frustrated that my fucking 20-year-old car, which has done 1 million miles, works. When I turn my engine on, it goes forward. When I press the accelerator, it moves to the place I want it to go to.
It works.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
There isn't a big red screen telling me I can't go anywhere.
And you actually have like working things like, I don't know, being able to see out the front and a rear view mirror.
Yeah, my blind spots aren't everything beyond my peripheral vision. Like, I can actually see out the... Also, my airbags work, and, you know, there's a crumple zone.
Yeah, you could get out of it if you went into water.
Yeah, I can escape it if it ever goes into water. I don't randomly swerve into oncoming traffic against my will. That's never happened in the car that I... Look, fuck off,
These
mate.
all seem like positive things.
I can leave it in the rain.
Yeah, and the sunlight.
Yeah, if a bird shits on it, it's annoying, doesn't break. So, check her mate.
And mate, yeah.
Like the Cybertruck. And fun fact, I bet most of the people hating on the Cybertruck secretly want one. What do you call them? Undercover fans?
Yeah, everyone's just really jealous of you and your car that doesn't work.
I'm jealous of how busy you are.
Also, it's like, well, you know, not drivable, but when I pose next to it, ladies seem to love it.
Yeah.
And I would assume...
No, they don't. What ladies love that?
None.
Especially for the money. You can get a car that women do like. Because it's not cheap. Like, you can get some fancy ass, like, you will get pussy with that shit. The Cybertruck, no. Because, honestly, again, back to the man versus bear discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Bear or Tesla owner?
Oh, God, bear.
Bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
What woman is going to be like, oh, wow, I need to talk to him. He's probably a sexual abuser. That guy almost certainly has been divorced because of his incessant violence towards his ex-wife. He probably doesn't even have supervised access to his kids anymore. Yummy. No one looks at that and he starts getting wet.
You. Definitely.
That this is true, and that people, women look at men who own the Cybertruck and say, there's a sucker with a lot of money.
I hang out outside the club next to my Cybertruck, and when I do successfully pick up a woman, I call us an Uber.
Yeah.
Because the car...
Exactly. And when we could just sit there in my rusting, dead, non-car.
That was a pretty good line, I have to say.
Yeah, we get a taxi, yeah.
The car, I can't trust it to get us back to where we need to go.
But it is mine. Look, I'll do the frunk. There you go. Someone responded to that last one that he posted with, you were crying out in your previous post that your Cybertruck has been on service for the past several months and you demanding asking for a replacement, yet here you are, so proud of vehicle you gave you so much headache. Why would people envy paying $100,000?
I mean, Alpha tweets, you learn to speak English first, I would, that would be good, I feel.
Yeah.
$1,000 for misery. And Lamar replied, the Cybertruck is hands down the best vehicle I've ever driven when everything is working as it should.
Well, that's very rarely then.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't it have to be able to be driven in order to be a best vehicle? It's not a vehicle.
That's generally, vehicles are known for their movement.
Yeah, this is not... Look, if it doesn't work, it's not a vehicle anymore. It's an art installation called stupidity.
Hubris.
But when it's not operational, it's frustrating not being able to drive such an incredible truck.
I love, like...
Incredible.
Yes, minus the 75% of the time I've owned it that's been sheer hell, best car I've ever owned. That 25%, when nothing was going wrong, it was great. No complaints about that. I just wish it wasn't just 25.
My only complaint about this beautiful, fantastic truck, no tailpipe to stick my dick in.
Yeah.
I simply cannot fuck this truck.
At Elon Musk.
There is a frunk.
Let the fucking begin.
Yeah.
Let me fuck the car,
Just
please.
put in
Help me,
It
Elon.
doesn't have to be functional. I mean, I'll make it functional.
Yeah. Sayusi.
Meanwhile, it's a great appendage to test out the force of the front closing, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, Lamar has
Do not put the tip of your dick in the front.
No, oh my god, not unless you want to be circumcised.
We have seen what it does to root vegetables.
Carrots. Yes.
And your dick is not much stronger, really. Like, you might think of your dick game as being strong. It is not stronger than that
It's
of a
not
carrot.
that strong. No,
not a carrot,
definitely.
definitely drunk the Kool-Aid, but in his defense, his undying faith in Elon Musk does not extend to pointlessly risking bodily harm the way some other Cybertruck owners have been doing lately. Sounds like something
I assume they're going to show the video of the guy with his finger.
Oh, I hope so.
Someone did show me that yesterday, day before, whenever it was. Yeah. If you get hurt, that's on you. That's all I'll say.
Teenagers would do as part of a TikTok challenge, but grown-ass adult men are breaking their fingers to test their faith in their $100,000 cars.
Yes.
It started a while back when car YouTubers reviewing the Cybertruck would do what's called the carrot test.
That's fine. That's actually a perfectly reasonable and safe way of testing the safety precautions on a vehicle. That's fine. That's a good piece of automotive journalism. That's fine. Don't put actual bits of your body in there, though, is what I will say.
Oh god, no, please don't.
But you know that's what's coming, right? Christy, gird yourself for that.
All right, I'm girding.
Pressing the button to shut the Cybertruck's frunk.
That's not good.
And then sticking a carrot in harm's way to see if the car would sense the obstruction and stop closing, as most vehicles with automatic trunks and tailgates do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now,
it's
the carrot
supposed to,
is obviously a stand-in for a human finger, maybe a child's finger. And the results were a lot of chopped carrots, which is...
A lot of chopped carrots. Thank you, Scouse Raw. Finally unbanned for banging my Volkswagen on stream. That's the people's tailpipe, okay? The rich prick arms. That's... Okay, I don't even know who the other person is. Thank you, 255.
Is not great.
No. Now, the lesson here for most of us would be to just make sure to never, ever stick your fingers
near
that
do
Cybertruck's
Don't do
front.
that, no.
Or just, avoid being near a Cybertruck in general, which is I've been doing since the release of this thing, just staying away. But Cybertruck owners, they are built different, and they want to prove that this is the best truck anyone can ever own. So after Tesla issued a software update making the frunk sensors more sensitive to obstructions, some Cybertruck owners decided to test the update and forego the use of any vegetables. Here you go.
Oh, no.
Oh, mate.
What
mate,
are you
don't
doing?
Do it, mate.
Oh, I haven't seen this one. Okay, well, I mean, TOS, I guess.
Oh, I can't look.
Oh!
Literally, pretty much crushed it.
Yeah!
Literally has a little gouge.
Oh!
Idiot.
It feels a little bit numb, but really not that big of a deal.
Okay, so...
It is actually quite a big deal. Because you are a grown adult. What about if a child puts their hand there?
Agreed.
It will fucking crush its tiny, fragile little bones. What about if an old person does it? Ditto. But slightly bigger bones, but you get the idea. That actually is quite a big deal. It's not supposed to do that. A little numb. Yeah, it's a little bit of nerve damage.
It's just a little
fine.
bit, yeah. Not much though. It's fine. It's fine.
He didn't exactly walk away unscathed, but he still has his finger.
Yeah.
So checkmate, haters. It doesn't chop your finger off.
No, he still has the finger, and he has limited use of it, but still got it. And it will heal.
And a pretty cool story, which money can't buy. Well, I guess like $100,000 can buy it.
You can buy a lot with $100,000.
Yeah. But hey, that's just one guy. Let's see someone else try it.
Everybody's been waiting for this.
Yeah, I saw this one.
Without further ado.
Yeah.
Oh, idiot.
I feared for my finger for a second, not gonna lie. That's kind of bad.
Look, it's fucking
That's
shaking.
kind of bad.
Yeah, you've done potentially permanent damage to the fucking feeling in your appendage.
Just his nerves.
It's just his nerves reacting like a fucking fish on a line. That is fine. Who cares?
My finger is shaking.
All right, not great, but still, I desire more testing.
Yeah, let's see more fingers in front. Yeah.
Yeah, why is there so many people doing this?
I honestly, this is like...
This is Tide Pods for straight people. What's going on?
Yeah. I think you've just nailed it. That's it. Yeah, it's Tide Pods for Cybertruck owners.
Yeah, it's Tide Pods for fucking tech bros or some shit.
Really, are the likes and the views worth a digit?
I don't know.
The cost benefit analysis here, mate.
No.
Just another shot. We're closing the Cybertruck. I'm gonna put my finger right here and see what happens. Ready?
Because
ready,
it's
ready?
gonna get good. I'm gonna go ahead and put my finger in the mouth of this shark.
So I can confirm.
Oh
no! Unbelievable.
Oh fucking hell!
How are these people breeding? Is what I want to know. Why are these people breeding?
This is an American hospital. That's probably another half a Tesla you just had to buy.
Yep.
Divorced dad Tide Pod. True. I would argue this is just a stupid version of fingering. That's true. Although what I will say is that Stalin's arsehole is like a cigar cutter. You gotta be very, very careful. No matter the tight bumhole. What do I do for a living? What is this?
You OnlyFans.
My dad asks a very good question. What is it you do, Kev? And I don't know.
How do you describe what Kevin does for a living?
It's like OnlyFans, but with less tits. Not no tits. Less.
Just fewer. Yeah.
That is not a good idea, and you should not put your finger or anything else on the corner.
Why did you need confirmation of that? You should have known that. You shouldn't be allowed to drive. If you've done this, you should have your fucking license taken from you. You are not a safe and responsible user of that vehicle.
No.
Because it will break it and/or cut it off.
Okay, well, sucks for that guy, but science is all.
Don't tell me there's more. What happened? I hope this doesn't turn into Vor or something.
About putting theories to the test. And, I fucking love science.
I fucking love science.
Can you tell? My bow tie is spinning.
You guys should do this test with your dicks next.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, stick your
solves
dick
two
in it.
problems.
Yeah, we were just talking about how the Cybertruck has nowhere to put your dick, but guess what? We found it.
Yep.
The frunk.
Yeah, and it will stop any future Cybertruck owners.
Frunk already
by closing on it.
Frunk already sounds like a euphemism for like ass fucking or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she asked me to put it in the frunk. So now's your chance.
Right in the frunk, I say.
To really fuck one in the front.
There you go.
Anyway, meanwhile, it's not just people intentionally sticking their fingers in the Cybertruck's frunk that are getting seriously injured. Over on CybertruckOwnersClub.com, a real goldmine of a website that we love, we've got a recent post titled Potential Injury Warning, Leg Cut by Door Corner. Warning, graphic image.
Oh, yeah, and no, but this is gnarly. It's bad.
Which reads, be careful when closing your Cybertruck door. I parked on an incline, exited the truck, and as I was closing the door, I managed to clip the very corner of the door against my leg.
Oh.
When I got home, the wife said I needed to go get stitches, so I did.
The wife!
Oh my god, he had to get stitches from his own fucking truck?
Oh, fuck me.
I'm clumsy, so this is 100% my fault.
No! No! Look,
no, it's a dangerous vehicle.
Yeah, if it hits you, right? If a car door hits you in the leg, it's going to hurt. It should leave a bruise. It shouldn't gash you open.
No.
What are you driving a fucking a chopping knife or something? What is this? Fuck me dead. Thank you, Marcus Drake, with bits messages. It says, who would have you trust more to drive you home? Those Tesla drivers or Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law? Well, to be fair, that last one isn't really an option anymore. And, you know who I'd choose? Mitch McConnell. Two reasons. A, massive dick. We've been through it. 2, slow and steady wins the race. Okay? I've read Aesop. I know how it works. The rabbit's just going to go to sleep and lose. Tortoise joke.
There we go, yeah.
And thank you, Lord Fruitus, for gifting a sub to our friend Marcus Drake, who we'll be hopefully listening to on... talking to on Friday. And we're on a second hype train. If we get to level 2 of the hype train,
fucking chew.
I will finger the gash on this man's leg. If we get to level 2 of the hype train, bits and subs if you want me to do that. One hand will be in a dead worm, one will be in a man's leg.
I was have you watched Baby Reindeer at all? You probably know the controversy around it.
Have I? Hang on, right. So when you said have I seen Baby Reindeer, I thought you meant like the animal.
No, the Netflix series.
No, I've never even heard of it.
Okay, well, it's basically about a guy who gets stalked. And it kind of starts off very friendly. I only watched like the first episode, but apparently even Stephen King on the ending was like, "Fuck me, Baby Reindeer." Oh my god, the ending. So yeah, apparently there's like a lot of shocking things that happen. But the start of it is like how he meets her and how they're kind of friendly, and he feels a little bit bad for her at first because she's clearly like not got a lot going on in her life, and she seems really nice even though she's in his like messages all the time. But as part of it, like they will show some of the messages that she sends him, you know, he's like reading through it, and she's Scottish and she's writing something about blah blah blah. I was getting up I was like, I'm gonna put on a thong, and then I thought how ridiculous I looked. Why would I want this up my gash?
Oh.
And I was just like, that is how Scottish people talk. And when you said you'd finger his gash, it kind of reminded me that
well, it's not just Scottish people.
Exactly.
A girl I went to university with.
Yeah.
Was apparently, and I didn't know this until this had happened, was not a regular wearer of underwear.
Okay.
And she got up on stage as part of some like event thing, and it's like, oh, will someone come on stage to help the singer or something? Anyway. And so they ended up doing some sort of thing, and it involved her being on her back. And she said, quote, "I flashed my gash at the audience." And I laughed so hard I thought I might actually stop breathing.
I've never in my life heard an American woman refer to her downstairs front bottom, as you'd call it, as her gash.
I flashed my gash.
I flashed my gash.
As you do. Talking of cunts, why do you keep sending me Mitch McConnell smiling every time I mention his penis?
Who's that?
Maria, who's delightfully mental, and I didn't realise that young Mitch McConnell does look a lot like Rich Fulcher. There you go. Who knew?
Lol. I still love the truck. And yes, this image attached, you expect these people, they're like, oh, doing truck stuff, and it's like them putting a single bag of soil in there. So I'm like, oh, maybe he's exaggerating. No, this image is so fucking graphic.
He absolutely needed stitches.
That we can't show it. Looking at it, it's insane that this guy would need to be told by someone else that he should go to the doctor and get that stitched up.
Again, if you want me to finger this wound, bits and subs.
Kevin.
What?
You're so naughty.
You made that way more horny than it needed to be. That was fucking weird. No, that's sus. That's, yeah.
Because that is a deep fucking wound.
Clearly cleaned up too. Like I don't want to see it, but imagine what it looked like before.
Do you have a deep wound?
Only on my soul. From doing this show with you for so many years.
Yes. Oh, good comeback.
Finger that gash.
Love it. See, I think I've broken Christo.
Oh, years ago.
Yeah.
I just keep coming back out of habit, really.
Thank you, indeed. Thank you, Boy Pagan Man, with bits. Thank you, Scarecrow with bits. Thank you, Main Captain with bitty bits. Everyone, by the way, go and follow Boy Pagan Man on TikTok. Don't finger wounds. No, don't tell me what to do, Main Captain. You are not my dad. And even if you were, I don't listen to that daft old bastard either. So
Can't even say what you do for a living.
it doesn't even know what I do for a living.
He's on your OnlyFans channel. He has no idea what that is.
It's something on the internet. Fucking hell. Could you make me sound any dodgier? Really?
Or he cleaned it up. Also, yes, I was just aghast by that story simply because the guy literally did the, oh, I'm just a klutz. It's definitely my fault.
It's my fault. I get out of the car wrong. I shouldn't have done that.
This Cybertruck, if it hit an artery, would have killed this guy.
Yeah, no, it is that serious.
Yeah.
Like, he's lucky that it was soft tissue because, yeah.
Well, Elon, actually, thank you, because...
Although, to be fair, again, that would have been just Darwinism, and it wouldn't have been the first Tesla-related death, so...
Yeah, I saw a headline that said that the the Trade Commission or whoever wants to know why there have been 20 more accidents or deaths since Tesla fixed so-called their fucked up shitty driving FSD patch, to fix all of the lethal problems it had.
True.
And he wants to pour money into robotaxis. Get the fuck out! You can't even send a rocket up without that shit blowing up.
True. Christy, listen to how horny you made this.
You're so
naughty. It's weird.
Wow, I'm hot.
That was hot. That was hot.
Now I know why people like me to talk to them.
True.
Chicks dig scars,
They do. And I should have read the page in the manual about properly getting out of the car without slicing up
the one that says all of the edges are extremely dangerous. Please do not even look at the Cybertruck.
Anyway,
it might attack you.
This thing, no one's gotten run over by a Cybertruck yet, but we have sort of a small glimpse at what that would be like with all those sharp edges.
There's been plenty of accidents for the amount of Cybertrucks that are actually on the road. For there to be enough accidents to see a constant stream of them.
Mad Cat, how the fuck do I know? When is Mitch McConnell going to die? I don't know.
Aren't you a crystal ball, Kevin?
Hopefully soon, but I don't know. Why did you need an answer to that question? Do you think I'm the oracle? I am the knower of the death. No. I mean, like I say, hopefully sooner rather than later. And trust me, the crab dance will be delightful. But, hold your horses.
Them is somewhat shocking.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the same with all this other shit. It's like, if this was a mass-produced car, it would be one thing, seeing all these people just having a terrible time of it. But there's 400 of these on the road total.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm sure a few of those people it's been smooth sailing, but based on everything we've seen, those people should count themselves very lucky. Yeah. And it's also probably only a matter of time.
There's probably people who are having problems that don't want to post about it because they've realized they've wasted $100,000 and don't want to be made fun of.
The sunk cost.
Well, I'm already getting made fun of when I drive the damn thing.
I'm not planning anything. I'm just saying Mitch McConnell, I think July the 17th will be an interesting day for him. I'm not planning anything though. Just
what is that all about?
What's what about?
John Wilkes Booth donated $3. I have a pool running if someone wants to bet.
What about July 17th?
I just think it'll be
that day.
Look, I'm just saying if I were Mitch McConnell.
Oh, by the way,
I'd be interested in that day. That's something. Who knows? I'm not saying anything.
Can whoever pasted that clip paste it back in the chat? I want to use it to taunt people.
Why did you make that so naughty? Hang on.
Yeah.
I can send it to you. I'll send it to you on Discord.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah. But I'm not planning anything with Mitch McConnell. What are we talking about? Thank you also to the person calling themselves John Wilkes Booth who just donated.
Is there a Lee Harvey Oswald too in the chat?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. Well, someone calling themselves Guillotine. Gil, like my friend, my friend
Gil,
my sharp friend. They donated yesterday, so it's I assume it's just one of the regulars being silly billies.
Yes, that's funny.
Yeah, silly goose time, is it? Anyway, where's the?
You sent the chat. Oh yeah, I'm in our messages. I only see the meet link.
You only see the meat link. Love it.
The double E meat link. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Christy loves the meat link. Oh.
I don't need to be made fun of when I go home and start posting about it.
So many people are probably going to get fucking divorced over this car.
Yeah, probably.
If they aren't already divorced.
Yeah.
The divorce is coming.
Mm-hmm. And she gets the truck. But anyways, that's enough cyber suckage for today. Let's move on now to the world of artificial intelligence.
Okay. Are we basically done?
Yeah, pissing on Elon Musk. Yeah, I think that's about right.
Always good. Always good. What was this? There was this. Oh no, hang on now. No, yeah, basically we're done. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
You know
go
what? Like, there's a couple little clips. There's French company hires American.
No, Christy.
No, we're done.
It's done.
Okay.
The meme has come back, and having been restored, the meme cannot be. Actually, it can be totally removed.
Oh god
It'd be
damn!
very
Oh,
easy.
but the South Indian history lesson is.
We can
okay,
do
never
that.
mind.
We can do it another time.
Friday. All right, it goes on the wheel.
Yeah. What wheel? We've got a fucking guest.
Well, we have to like spend time before the guest or like shows up, right?
No,
he's
we have
coming right on time.
We have a
Okay.
time.
All right.
If they don't come on time, Marcus, you were in chat earlier. If you're not coming on time, you will feel my pugilistic wrath. Not really. I won't do it. But it would still be a cool thing if you could turn up at the prearranged time. Yeah. Anyway,
what you got coming up on your channel, Kevin?
I am going to be doing. Actually, before that was the thing I wanted to mention. I was going to do this at the top of the show. You know who scored the winning goal in the Champions League semi-final yesterday, Krista?
No.
Matt Hummels!
Oh, really? Matt
Yeah.
Hummels? Oh, man, we haven't had a sponsorship in years.
Matt Hummels.
And
he's been
Hummels
focusing
figurines.
on his heading ability, clearly, because he absolutely nailed it. And on that bombshell,
he gives great head.
He does
Matt
give
Hummels giving great head.
amazing head. Also, he's very old now. God bless him. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah. What you got coming up on your channel?
You know, I did look at the Trump transcripts from the trial to see if it would be possible to get the PDFs and put them into my Speechify so I could get like an audio version read out of the trial day by day. But the New York fucking court thing does this thing where they only show you a PDF page at a time. So that kind of fucked up my plans. But I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of feeling a little antsy to like do some stuff. So maybe I'll do my data feminism book tomorrow because I want to get through that because I'm kind of like I'm sick of that book if I'm honest. I want to get it done so I can move on to other things. Yeah. So maybe I'll do a little bit of that. Although I'll probably pre-record it and upload it later because I have a flicker problem on my OBS. I can't fucking work out, which is annoying. What about you, Kevin? What you got going on?
Stuff. Yeah. I'd probably be on tomorrow doing question time, I would think, with the no justice,
yeah.
I imagine, but there's nothing firmed up about that, so maybe not.
On your own or with someone else?
Possibly with No Justice MTG.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've heard their name mentioned, so it's nice.
We did a thing on election night last
okay.
week. For several hours. It was very boring.
The election results, not them.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, so we'll be doing probably that, and then Christy will be back maybe on Friday again. Nothing absolutely confirmed. I take nothing for granted. God damn it.
Yeah, life is a mystery. Everyone was stand alone.
What's that from?
It's Madonna.
She was back. She was back. Once she's been doing shows and stuff.
Yeah, actually, you know what it's really from for me is it's from what is it? Absolutely Fabulous. The mother was talking to her daughter Saffron. She said, "You know, life is a mystery. Everyone was stand alone." She's like, "Mom, that's really good." She's like, "Yeah, Madonna said that."
True. Well, I don't know if you're aware
Patsy
of
and Eddie.
I don't know if you're aware of a show called Ghosts.
No.
Okay, it's a British TV show. Although there's an American version which is very good as well. Anyway, and in it, it's a woman gets a bang on the head, and now she can see the ghosts of the dead people who've died in this house that she lives in. Right?
Oh, okay.
That's the setup, right? One of which is like an Edwardian era poet guy who falls in love with her. right?
Right.
And so he's one day there were builders in the house, and they hear "I Should Be So Lucky" by Kylie Minogue on the radio, and he doesn't realise that he sort of osmoses it, and so he writes a poem for her, and it's the lyrics to "I Should Be So Lucky."
Rick Astley.
No.
I should be so lucky.
Kylie Minogue.
Oh, my Kylie. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's Kylie Minogue. I was just thinking Rick Astley. Okay.
That's Never Gonna Give You Up.
Never gonna give you up.
Yeah.
But he had another one too, didn't he? Like one other hit.
Did he? I have no idea, Christo. That's the only song from him I know.
Well, I'm sure you get rickrolled.
I saw him. He played with the Foo Fighters at Glastonbury. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, they came on and did that song.
Eye of the Tiger.
No, not Eye of the Tiger. They did.
That would be amazing, though.
That would have been good. No, they did. No, I Should Be So Lucky. Never Gonna Give You Up.
Oh,
but,
really?
The rock and roll version of it, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there's a really funny bit where he goes, "Sing along with me. I've been singing this since 1984." Really, sardonic voice is so good.
Oh my God, it's been 40 years.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, but yesterday was the 25th anniversary of the film The Mummy with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz.
No.
25 years.
No, fake news. Christy loves spreading the fake news about how Kev's getting old and the Grim Reaper stalks his waking moments. Yeah, I know. Fuck me.
All right. Well, hey, I look forward to seeing everybody who's in the chat back on Friday. So come bring a friend, and we'll take the piss out of everything online together.
Indeed. I'm going to send everyone over to Fran Frio. Go and say hello to Fran. Good person. Join me possibly tomorrow, or if not, possibly me and Christy tomorrow, or the day after.
Sometime in the future. That's not now.
True. It's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from Christy. Say goodbye, Matt Hummels.
Goodbye, Matt Hummels.
Dis the bits.